Very good morning, everyone. Very good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all our respected dignitaries, our speakers, faculty members, research scholars, and participants to the fifth and final day of our faculty development program. Over the past 4 days, we have embarked on an inspiring journey of learning, exploring the transformative potential of Python, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, and the Internet of Things in advancing pharmacy education, healthcare, and research. Through insightful deliberations by our esteemed experts, we have gained valuable knowledge, practical perspective, and innovative approaches that will undoubtedly strengthen our academic and professional endeavors. I am confident that today's session will provide valuable insights and meaningful takeaways, bringing our 5 day journey of learning to a memorable and impactful conclusion. Once again, I want to extend my heartfelt welcome to all our speaker and participant. Thank you for your enthusiastic participation and continuous support throughout this faculty development program. Let us begin the first tactical session of the final day. We now move toward the first day faculty development first session. It is my great privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sushma Telgaonkar, ma'am, Associate Professor, Delhi Pharmaceutical Science and Research University, New Delhi. Ma'am is a renowned academician, researcher, and innovator with over 26 years of distinguished experience in teaching, research, and academic leadership. Her exceptional contribution to pharmaceutical sciences have earned her place among the world's top 2% scientists as recognized by the prestigious Stanford University Elsevier ranking for 6 consecutive years since 2019. She has made remarkable contribution to pharmaceutical research with more than 220 publications in international journals and 30 publications in national journals, achieving an outstanding Google Scholar H-index of 64 with over 16,000 citations. Her research excellence is further reflected through two granted Indian patents, six filed patents, three international books, five national books, and 30 book chapters in internationally acclaimed reference books. Ma'am has actively represented Indian pharmaceutical research at more than 50 national and international conferences, including scientific meetings in Canada, the United Kingdom, and Singapore, and has participated in over 100 workshops, symposia, and academic programs. Her outstanding research contributions have been recognized through several prestigious honors, including the Professor C.J. Sahu Shishu Award, the UGC Research Award, multiple Best Paper Awards, and the Elsevier Most Cited Paper Award for her pioneering work on nano emulsion formulations. As a dedicated mentor and research supervisor, she has successfully guided 28 PhD scholars and 70 postgraduate students while continuing to supervise several doctoral researchers. Her research primarily focuses on advanced nano drug delivery system for targeted anti-cancer therapy supported by research grants exceeding 12 crores from leading national funding agencies. Ma'am, today's session topic is artificial intelligence in drug discovery and pharmaceutical research. We are truly honored and delighted to have Dr. Sushma Telgaonkar ma'am with us today to share her vast experience, research expertise, and valuable perspective. Ma'am, I would like to welcome you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, ma'am. As always, you honored our request. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you so much for a nice introduction. And before starting my presentation, I would like to thanks to the organizing committee, especially Professor Shahryar and Professor Akhil Sharma, who has given me always this opportunity to learn something. And whatever I learn, I want to share with all you, because we are in the profession where the continuous learning is one of the most important parameter in the teaching. So Professor Shahryar, I always accept the invitation
Yes,
because
I know
I
you have
think
never
I
denied,
should
and we are honored.
because I should take this opportunity to learn something. Otherwise, we are always busy in our routine work, and we never venture about
There
the
is a
new
network issue
technologies
from
and
my.
all. So that's why I always accept this invitation. कि चलो कुछ तो सीखेंगे Ayurveda, then the artificial intelligence, very good. So otherwise, we will restrict it to our domain only. So from this acceptance and from taking this invitation, I learned a lot of things which we can inculcate in our future generation also. And not future, in ourselves also, we will try to inculcate this AI in our day-to-day, I think, research. And it is a continuous effort, I should say. So thank you so much. I will share my presentation. Should I stop my video because it will again?
For your choice, you are free to handle this.
Okay,
Your
okay,
now the ball is in your court. It's your show, ma'am.
okay, okay. Thank you so much. So I will share. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, a very good morning to each and everyone presented here, respected colleagues and my dear students and other participants, faculty members. Uh, um, First, I congratulate the organizing committee who has taken this topic, which is one of the most integral part nowadays in the healthcare sector. And also in the new curriculum, this national education policy, this AI also taking a very important and integral part in our young generation. And in coming years, without AI, whatever I read, all the literature review articles and the research paper, the AI taking a more, we can say, the integral part in each and every field, rather, whether it is a health science, whether it is a education, whether it is a pharmaceutical sector. And because it is if you will see the scenario, 90% in US, all the we can say the all the research is based on the artificial intelligence, and India is far behind after reading the so many articles, and it is a time to venture into the artificial intelligence. And it is one of the most unmet need on the today's pharmaceutical sector. So today's my talk is on the artificial intelligence in the drug discovery and the pharmaceutical research. Although my talk is not restricted to the drug discovery and the research, and I am not the expert of the artificial intelligence, but after taking this, we can say the challenge, I have learned a lot of things, and I know what are the pros and cons, where we are lacking, and what we can do for our country, and what we should inculcate in our future generations, so they can also, our India is also be a competitor in the foreign sector, especially in the US and the UK and the Europe, who are taking a very much we can say the dominating, where the artificial intelligence is a very dominating in the all the areas of the research, whether it is engineering or the pharmaceuticals or the healthcare or any field, or the food technology. In all agriculture, everywhere they are taking the help of the artificial tools, artificial intelligence tool. So
Ma'am, sorry
uh,
to interrupt. Okay, ma'am.
yeah, so outline of my presentation is just I will take some introduction, then evolution, how this artificial intelligence evolved, then the objectives of artificial intelligence. There are so many applications. What are the AI tools we can use for the drug discovery, AI tools which we can use for the pharmaceutical research, formulation, pre-formulation, clinical trials, machine learning and the deep learning, artificial intelligence in the drug discovery pipelines, and other future perspectives. So my this is I think last day, and I am very much sure that all the participants, they must aware all the technologies. And so I am very much, if it's a repetition, I am very sorry for that, because I have not attended the whole FDP. but I tried my best to incorporate the informations which are very relevant to the pharmaceutical research and the industry and the pharmaceutical formulation development and all. So these are the some list of abbreviations which I have used in my presentation, and these are very commonly we are using in the when we are applying the machine learning and the deep learning. So these are all the computer aided drug designing, quantitative structure activity relationship. We can generally do deep learning, then the natural language processing, machine learning, deep learning. All these are the some terminology which I have used in the my presentation. So the introduction, as we all know, the artificial intelligence is nothing, but it is only a mimicking of the human intelligence. So we make the computer to emulate the human intelligence. So like a person, like a human being, we can think, we can argue, we can make some challenges also. We put the reasoning also behind the each hypothesis and all. So the same train we do in the computer. So the reason is that when we make the computer to work like a human being, so definitely the human power has been cut, and all the machine learning is taking a lot of we can say the jobs from the young generation. So that is also a big challenge, and that's why the prime minister's also the motto is that ki India should be skilled. So whenever you are skilled, then definitely nobody can take your job, and you are very much we can say in the demand in any field of the pharmaceutical. Especially I belong to the pharmacy, so I am repeatedly saying the pharmaceutical and the healthcare sector. But one should this young generation should be skilled in any one of the tool, and they can make their job also safe, and they can be a indispensable part of the healthcare system. So it is refers to the technique used to build a system that emulate the human intelligence, and it compasses the components of intelligence, including reasoning, listening, learning, then the problem solving, then the perception, and then also the linguistic understanding. And after that, the some decision will come out, and that decision will help us to fix the direction whether we pursue in this direction or not. So all this is a game played by the artificial intelligence. Second is also it enables the computers to perform the task which traditionally requires the human intelligence. So all this learning, reasoning, pattern recognition, and all the things which are very much important in the formulation development, also in the pharmaceutical research, also in drug discovery, also, and which in the traditional time it will take years to develop a new molecule. Until date, the India has not developed any, not a single molecule. So it is a art. We are, so in basically in a short way we can say it is a artificial intelligence. It is an integration of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and we can say the convolutional learning, reinforcement learning, that has significantly improved the multiple stages of the drug discovery and the development. And as we all know, the drug development is not an overnight game. It is a first we have to identify the target, whether we want to what is your target, mean what disease you want to target, and on that target what type of the molecule you want to prepare. After the taking this decision, then you make a library ki what type of the molecule you want to prepare. Then you can design that molecule, you can prepare that molecule, you can analyze that molecule, you can perform all the analytical parameter like the pre-formulation, formulation, preclinical, clinical, and all the phases of clinical trials. They are admit, absorption, distribution, metabolism, toxicity studies. All these things you have to do, and then only you can go for a clinical trial. So it is a 15 to 20 years job for the drug discovery. So here we can say how this artificial intelligence has been evolved. So if you will see in the table, it has been started with the 1956 when the AI was introduced, and it was a foundation of the intelligent computing system. So we designed the computer system in such a way that it can perform a small task which can be efficiently performed by the computer rather than the human beings. Then after 1956, 1980, when machine learning has come. In that machine learning, as we all know, that nowadays in India, this machine learning is a topmost priority. But if you will see the US data and the UK data and the Europe data, they all has been reached to the this AlphaFold 2020 generative AI. They are venturing. But we are in the now we are in machine learning and deep learning. We are evolving, but we are very far behind of those countries. So if you will see the machine learning, we all know the machine learning is not a very big task. We generally feed the very elaborated data, and after feeding the elaborated data, we are generally make some prediction. That prediction is definitely the correct data we generally obtain from the machine learning, and from that correct data we can do a lot of wonders. While in case of then after the 1980s, after 20 years, that in 2010 the deep learning has come. So deep learning is again a next version of the machine learning. In machine learning, it is a superficial analysis, we can say, but in the deep learning, as the name indicate, a very sophisticated computer programming is there, and there are the several neurons are involved. Like in the case of brain, we generally think on each any hypothesis, so several neurons are working. In similar way, in the deep learning, it is exactly simulating the brain, and we know the brain is the hub of the several thousand or the millions of the neurons, and the each neuron is performing their function. So in similar way, whatever data we are feeding, so deep learning, what it generally do, it is a dissecting that data in the millions times. And definitely when the data is dissecting in the million times, definitely you will go in depth and depth and depth, and you will find out some we can say the prediction, or we can make some clusters, and from those clusters we can predict whether the molecule will be toxic, or whether this molecule will be successful target, or whether this molecule will be a very efficient targets or anti-cancer drug. So any type of the data which you are feeding. So best example here they have given the molecule and the image analysis. So nowadays the image analysis is a very important part in the healthcare system. Like images mean fibroscan we can put in the deep learning. We can put the mammography, all the 1,000 people's 10,000 mammogram we can put in the deep learning software, and we can find out a different type of the cluster pattern. And when we are putting in the unknown sample, then we can definitely find out that this person is very prone towards the cancer, or what type of the cancer it will be predicted in this type of the images. So deep learning is a very advanced technology, or the advanced tool from where we can get on a very definite and a pattern or an idea what will be the future, or whatever data you are putting it. And then after that, in 2020, if we will see, the AlphaFold 2 was generated, and that make a miracle, which we can which make the 3D protein structure. And from that 3D protein structure, we can make a genomics, metabolomics, proteomics. All the fields has been open, and nowadays the metabolomics and the genomics, they are taking a very much we can say the prime area of the research. And now the gene transfer technology and the this NGS, this next generation sequencing, all they are taking part in the pharmaceutical research. And all the immunotherapy nowadays, they are coming as a priority in the healthcare system. So making a very effective and a very efficient healthcare system. And nowadays, now the generative AI is there. So generative AI, is a name indicating, it is generating something which is very, very useful. Like de novo drug designing, to make a new molecule synthesis, molecular optimization we can do from this generative AI. In this generative AI, if you will see the literature, then all the AI Gemini, Chat GPT, and this Perplexity, all these are the generative AI which can produce a lot of literature, lot of we can say the manuscripts the students are using. But up to certain extent we can use, but without references we cannot go, and we cannot rely blindly on these type of the software. We have to check, and we have to analysis with the existing good literature search. Now, objective of using the artificial intelligence in the pharmaceutical research, there are the three objectives basically in the pharmaceutical research. The first is why we are taking this artificial intelligence in the healthcare system, and especially in the pharmaceutical industry. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
Yeah.
very much. Very clear. Loud and clear, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
By
So,
this way, you are confirming whether we are here or not.
no,
Thank
no,
you.
no, no, no,
No, no,
not at
no.
all.
That's good. Then that is always good, ma'am. Don't take it otherwise.
Because
That's why the people should understand that they're listening or not. This is the good way. I don't mind.
and I cannot see my internet working or
No,
not.
ma'am.
So just
Everything is
one
going
second.
perfectly all right. We are
Okay.
listening you very carefully. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So the objective is to first to improve the efficiency of the pharmaceutical research, that I have already spoken in my first few slides. So efficiency of the pharmaceutical research in what way? By integrating all the data, like the biological data of that drug molecule, what is the chemical properties of that drug molecule, what is the physicochemical properties of that molecule, what are the clinical data available regarding that molecule, and which can support the evidence-based decision making throughout the drug discovery and the development process. Then second objective of this artificial intelligence in the drug discovery is that to facilitate the identification of the novel therapeutic targets. And that's why if we are identifying the novel therapeutic target, then only we can accelerate the hit and the lead discovery, and we can identify a new molecule which can be more efficient as compared to the existing molecule. With more efficiently it can be worked without any toxicity and the side effects. So nowadays the people are working in the drug discovery area, especially the few companies they are coming out, like AstraZeneca is a one way, and another one is like Sanofi. It is also venturing in this drug discovery, and they are tying up with the various AI companies, and they are making a new molecules for the various rare diseases. And third objective is to develop a very personalized therapy. Now this is also I think it is a prime area nowadays to make a personalized therapy, especially for the cancer patients, or especially for the orphan, or for the rare diseases where the treatment is very costly. And precision medicine is playing a very, very important role by taking the genomics and the proteomics of that particular person who is suffering from the rare diseases, and then they can make identify the gene which is responsible for that particular disease, and then they can make a very personalized medicine for that particular group of the person who is suffering from that particular disease. Although the cost will matter, but definitely by using the artificial intelligence we can make a very efficient, like muscular dystrophy, the new drug is coming into the market. Although the cost is very high, but it will work for those patients. And if you will see the application of artificial intelligence in the pharmacy, a global comparison, if you will see this diagram, if you can see in the first case, like in the drug discovery and preclinical R&D data, if you will see this graph, the blue line, like the 88% in the US, all the drug discovery and preclinical research, 88% is generally done in the US, United States. While we can say in the green Europe, the 78% research is done by the artificial intelligence, and 68% in Japan, while in the case of India, it is like a significantly less in 58%, but not a very bad this numbers. If you will see the clinical trial optimization, again we can see the clinical trial, they are again a very challenging. Many of the drugs, maybe due to the poor data, or the poor we can say the group, or the poor knowledge, the clinical trials also making the some molecules are failure in the clinical trials. So it is not a mistake of the molecule. In sometimes the clinical trials जो protocol बनता है वो भी एकदम correct नहीं रहता है, and there are the certain loopholes in that clinical trial. We can say the profile or the make a protocol, there are the certain lacuna also, but by with the help of the artificial intelligence tool we can make a very robust protocol where, so the chances of this errors will be also less. So in clinical trial optimization, again the same scene. The first is United States, second is the Europe, third is the Japan, and the fourth one is the India. If you will see the pharma manufacturing, continuous manufacturing practices and the quality control, the Europe is the topmost country, where the 82% artificial intelligence they are taking place important role, while the US is the 78%. Third is the Japan, and the fourth one is the India. So not a very good data. 65% is not a bad number. So we are also venturing in the artificial intelligence, and we are making the pharmaceutical manufacturing, as we all know, in the generics. We are topmost in the after China. So it is a we are again the fourth number. But if you will say, if you will see the fourth diagram, that is a supply chain in the retail pharmacy, the India is the first. So 85% artificial intelligence digital tools we are using for the supply chain and the retail pharmacy, while the US, it is a 70%, and Europe is the 68%, and Japan is the 62%. So we should clap, we should be proud that in the supply chain and the retail pharmacy, India is taking a main role. And definitely in other parts also we are participating, and definitely in the future we are the also the competitors. The government is also making some funding support for making the artificial intelligence and the different type of the programming. The government agencies are also sponsoring. This is again the this numerical data. It is just previous data का ही इसमें मैंने दिखाया है. So I'm not repeating again. Now we can say this slide just I am showing the tools which are generally used in the drug discovery. I am not the expert, but these are the certain tools. So anybody wants to work on the toxicity area or the molecule generation or the target identification. So these are the different tools which we can buy, and we can make our future generation to work on the any of the area to make the some changes or to make the some great impact in the drug discovery. Now, if we will see the market sale in artificial intelligence tool in the pharmaceuticals, again, if we will see this diagram, then the 2.2 billion market in the US for the artificial intelligence tools. And if the market is so high, so definitely the scientists, they are also using this artificial tools in their research in the healthcare sectors. And then that's why the US country and a lot of fundings are available basically, and lot of artificial intelligence companies are also providing the funding to the academic institution, and they are collaborating. Academia industry collaboration is very high, and that's why their marketing is also very high. If you will see the Europe data, it is a 1.15, just 50% of the US, and in Japan and the India, they are very, very significantly less in case of artificial intelligence tools. So this is the data. Now, if you will see this diagram, these are the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the deep learning. These three are the integral part, although there are the other parameters also, NPL and the continuous neuron network. So other fields are also there, but these three things are an integral part of the artificial intelligence. Everybody should know when they are doing the drug discovery or machine based learning, especially in case of the research. So this diagram is showing the first, if you will see the artificial intelligence, the first जो step था वो data science था. And nowadays India में data science is very popular है, while in the other countries data science is far behind. Now they are coming to this artificial neural network, they are working. But here in the India, we are quite well ventured in the data science, and now we are entering into the artificial intelligence, means machine learning and deep learning. So nowadays the data companies ही आ रही हैं job के लिए. Am I right, Dr. Shahryar? Most of our students, they are going in the data companies, and they are not going in the core formulation or the research or the other sectors, which the 20 years back the companies are hiring. But nowadays the maximum companies are from the data science, and they are making them to train to make the data and how to analyze the data. And after that the artificial intelligence has come into the picture, and then after that the machine learning. After machine learning, the deep learning is important, and deep learning ka again important part is the artificial neuron network or the AI generation, which is nowadays a very more much important field in the pharmaceutical research. So artificial intelligence, again, I am not repeating, it is generally requires the human intelligence, including all the reasoning, learning, perception, pattern recognition, and decision making. What is the machine learning? Machine learning is again the part of the artificial intelligence, because I should say the artificial intelligence is a very broad area. Whether the machine learning, deep learning, ANN, CNN, they are all the part of this artificial intelligence. So machine learning, as the name indicate, it is a machine which we make the machine, means the computers, we make the computers to work as according to the human brain. So we train the computers to learn from the data and to improve their performance without the explicit programming. So machine learning algorithm identify the step by step process कि once you feed the data, then after feeding the data, normalization of the data, जो खराब data है वो हट जाएगा, जो required data है वो रहेगा. Then after that there is a we can say the data again, it will be analyzed in the depth, and the data after analyzing the data, there may be a predictive models will come, and after that predictive models will come, the pharmaceutical research and drug discovery will be rely on those models. So whatever after making this this model, whatever data you will feed, you will get the model, you will get the answer ki what where the your molecule is going. So in case of machine learning, suppose I am taking one example, like I want to think, I want to see ki whether my molecule, new molecule will be water soluble or not, whether it will be soluble or not, which is a very much important parameter in the pharmaceutical formulation. So what I will do, after making the molecule design, I will put the molecular structure, I will feed molecular structure को feed करने के बाद में उसकी जितनी भी properties है, I will feed those property. After that I will put the 5,000 to 10,000 data of the related molecules in the data. So any existing molecules which are having a low solubility, which are having a high solubility, all the data I will feed into the computer. Not a simple computer, which is a very sophisticated computer where the some tools are there. So once I will feed the data, now the computer will make the models कि if this pattern है or if this reading is there, the answer is soluble. If the molecular structure is this, if the compound is soluble, if their melting point is this, if the permeability coefficient is, the molecule is insoluble. So these type of the data will find out. So at the last column में सबका आंसर पता रहेगा कि जब मॉलिक्यूल में ये रहता है, ये ग्रुप रहता है, whatever you feeding the data, you will get the answer. But and the data will prepare. अब now new molecule if come and I want to see कि whether this molecule will be water soluble or not. In traditionally what I will do कि मुझे पूरे 6 महीने लग जाएंगे to identify whether this molecule will be soluble or not. But after feeding this data, within a fraction of second, this model will give the answer. Your compound will be water soluble. So once you will get the not a quantitative solubility will get, but you will definitely get an idea that this molecule will be water soluble. So your time will be saved, your main power will be saved, your all the analytical reagent will be saved, all the parameters will be saved, and you will get a result for the future direction. Then the next is so deep learning. Deep learning, as already told, it is a more deeper and mostly deep learning को बोलते हैं image analysis. So basically deep learning में हम कोशिश ये करते हैं कि हम उस किसी भी चीज का जिसका हमें deep learning करना है, we just make an image and then we will feed that image into the deep learning tools. So after feeding the image, that deep learning जो tools हैं, that image will be we can say scan 1,000 times, and after scanning the 1,000 times by the neurons, each neuron will get some pattern, and after getting a pattern you will make some clusters or hidden patterns this tool will give. And once you will feed our unknown image, then definitely you will get an idea, you will get a cluster ki whether this particularly this model will be workable or not. Like one example, for example, mammography. Mammography, the ladies can do the mammography, especially to find out the breast cancer or not. And suppose I got a new scan, and in pathology lab, कि this particular scan it is having a breast cancer or not, or in future it will be prone towards a breast cancer or not. What the deep learning will do in order to analyzing or to make a model कि आने वाले कोई भी स्कैन आएंगे तो with fraction of second we will analyze. So what the person will do who is specially जिनका कि यही analytical lab है, so what they will do, they will buy a very sophisticated computer, and then what they will do, they will feed the images. 50,000 images you feed, तो डेटा पे पूरा चीज डिपेंड करेगा. जितना आपका डेटा एफिशिएंट रहेगा उतना ही आपका रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छा आएगा. So if you want to make a very efficient decision, then you have to make your data very rigorous data feed in your computer. तो suppose मुझे मेमोग्राफी का चेक करना है, तो I have to feed at least 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 भी बहुत अच्छा है, 1 lakh भी बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. So I have to feed all the mammograms in the deep learning, and each mammogram, the 1,000 of the neurons, they will analyze that mammogram and then they will give the some clusters. Clusters मतलब वो सारे मेमोग्राम का स्टडी करेगा और वो क्या करेगा कि जितने मेमोग्राम में सिमिलैरिटी है उसका क्लस्टर बना लेगा, और उस क्लस्टर पे वो अपना कमेंट लिखेगा कि इट इज वेरी प्रोन टुवर्ड्स द ब्रेस्ट कैंसर, इट इज इन द 3rd stage, it is in the 4th stage, it is a prone, it is a 1st stage, like all type of the things they will note down, which cannot be tracked by the पैथोलॉजिस्ट और जो डॉक्टर्स भी रहते हैं वो स्कैन नहीं पढ़ पाते हैं. देर आर द सर्टेन रेडियो जब हम मेमोग्राफी करते भी हैं तो देर आर द सर्टेन पार्ट्स विच आर द वी कैन से द अनएक्सप्लोर्ड, जो डॉक्टर्स नहीं देख पाते हैं स्कैन में. बट हियर this scan is going 1,000 neurons, millions of the neurons के through वो scan जा रहा है. So definitely each and every part of that scan will be scanned by the millions of the neurons. So definitely कोई भी part untouched नहीं रहता है, और जो data मिलेगा आपको, जो clusters मिलेगा, they are now trained to analyze that particular graphs in such a way that they will give your pattern कि भाई ये पैटर्न आपको क्या बता रहा है कि ये पर्सन को ब्रेस्ट कैंसर है, यदि है तो किस स्टेज पे है, ये नहीं है या कितने % है, या बाकी चीजों के स्पॉट वो किस चीज के है. तो एवरीथिंग दे आर गोइंग टू बी ट्रेन्ड. And this particular, once you will feed, this will done by the fraction of second, the result will be there and the person can start their treatment from that now. Otherwise वो व्यक्ति normal way में महीनों घूमेगा, then their drug will be decided and so many things will be done. So here the fraction of second you can understand and you can start the exact therapy which is required for that particular person. Now, artificial learning, machine learning, and deep learning, we discussed examples and all. Now take a look on the traditional versus AI-driven discovery. I am very much sure that all these 4 days, definitely everyone has explored this particular slide. What are the differences between the traditional versus AI-driven drug discovery? So in my previous slides also, it is must be clear कि एक traditional drug discovery को 10 to 15 years minimum it will require, and also if we will calculate money wise also, the $1 billion are required. Main powers, n number of the main powers will require, n number of the money will be required, time will be required, everything will be required for the 15 years, and that will be a very arduous process and very costly process for drug discovery in the traditional way. So if you will see this diagram, then they will say it is a very long development timeline that I already told. हाई कॉस्ट एंड द लो सक्सेस रेट, बिकॉज जब तक बनाओगे 15 साल में पता चला आपने 50 मॉलिक्यूल बनाए, फिर उन 50 मॉलिक्यूल के आप एनालिसिस करने गए, लॉट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट विल बी वेस्टेड, मेन पावर विल बी वेस्टेड. उन एनालिसिस करने के बाद, बिकॉज एनालिसिस के लिए भी आप यू आर नॉट डूइंग इन द योर लैब, you have to give the samples to the different laboratories, then you have to wait for the result, then once the result will come, then you will do for the preclinical study. आपको फिर प्रीक्लिनिकल का डेटा में भी आपको मे बी आउट ऑफ 50 मॉलिक्यूल्स यू आर गेटिंग ओनली 1 or 2 मॉलिक्यूल विल बी सक्सेसफुल. And if you will very, we can say the very daredevil, then you can take a chance कि भाई इस molecules को clinical trials में ले जाता हूँ. So after this again there is a clinical trials में the failure के chances 100% रहेंगे. So all the money is going to be waste, all your time is going to be wasted, money is going to be wasted, and all your efforts has been going wasted. So these are the loopholes of the traditional discovery. But the same thing, if you want to invent some molecule, then what you will do, you will do a very rigorous data analysis that I already told कि जितना आप data feed करोगे, जितना आपका data strong रहेगा, उतना ही आपका result positive आएगा और उतना ही आपका success rate will be very high. So if your so the first learning step is that we should know how to analyze the data and how to feed the data and what type of the data we have to feed in order to make a drug discovery. And the second is the your enable efficient identification of the candidate. आपको improve the predictive accuracy for the better result. जितना आप डेटा को अच्छे से फीड करोगे, उतना ही आपका predictive जो मॉडल बन के आएगा, that will be very rigorous, very robust, and that can be analyzed the thousands of molecules after that, and it will towards the success rate. And then third is that then utilizes the computational biology after making the this molecule. Then definitely the computational biology nowadays it is taking a very much we can say the important role. Various simulations softwares are there, so definitely we will get an idea that this particular molecule is having a low toxicity, high therapeutic value, and good solubility, low toxicity hai, and the making the manufacturing processes also will be simple, and so many things depending on the data you have fed. And then you will have a courage कि you will invest the money to make that particular molecule. And so that's why we can say this diagram is also very good कि that you can easily see here DMTA cycle: design, make, test, and analyze. This affair is only for the 1 to 2 years, while here you are spending the 10 to 15 years for the each step manually you are doing. So this is also a way of judging how these are going to be differentiated. So that's why the AI is very fast becoming a key driver in the pharmaceutical innovation, supporting the development of a safer, more effective, and the personalized medicine while improving the overall efficiency of the research and development process, where the chances of failures will be non-significant. Now, this is again the difference. I am not going in detail. So this is the difference which I put in the first slide. So definitely, if you will see the difference here, the 10 to 15 years, you have to put your whole life in the drug discovery, and still there is no guarantee that you will come out with the successful molecule. But here, each and every step you are going for the computational based, machine based, sophisticated machines are involved. So the chances of errors will be less. And जितना आप deep learning करोगे, उतने ही chances आपके failures के कम रहेंगे. So investment one time investment है, but it is a success for the whole time, the whole life. And that's why the pharmaceutical company are venturing here ki we should get only one or two molecule, but one should get the success. Now, this is a applications in the drug discovery. If we will see the drug discovery, mein first I have already told that is a target identification is very much important कि कौन सी disease को target करना है जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. So in my whatever I studied, I will make sure कि आज की डेट में till and in future also the oncology will be playing a first role where the target identification the people are doing the maximum efforts in the oncology. So because it is one of the most challenging disease till date, we cannot find out a very successful solution. And so the target identification, the identification of the functional protein target is very much important, which target is very much important in that particular disease. Second is the structure based drug designing. After that identification, you have to design the drug based on that protein or the target identification. Then then the third one, you have to do the molecular docking. Nowadays, so many people, they are doing the docking. So many papers are coming. When you are doing the molecular docking, you are very much sure that whatever molecule you are making, it will going and it will binding to the target very efficiently. Then after that docking study, you will get a lead optimization ki ye out of those 50 molecules, I will work on these two molecules which are having a good binding efficiency, and then you can go ahead. And then the precision medicine, then understanding the disease associated protein variants, आप further study कर सकते हैं, and it can make you towards a successful pathway. Now, if you will see the application of AI in the drug discovery in the various areas, so I will take a first drug designing यदि करनी है आपको. So there is a first you have to find out the 3D structure of the target protein. So predicting the 3D structure, nowadays there are the various softwares which are available, and after the defolding of the protein structure, now there is a not a big deal. आप अपने ड्रग का 3D मॉडल बना सकते हैं which can simulate inside the body, because बॉडी का भी 3D स्ट्रक्चर है, सेल का भी 3D स्ट्रक्चर, नाउअडेज स्टेरॉइड्स आर कमिंग. सो फर्स्ट आपका 3D स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द टारगेट प्रोटीन यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई. देन सेकंड वन इज द प्रेडिक्टिंग द ड्रग प्रोटीन इंटरैक्शन. तो जब आपका 3D स्ट्रक्चर बन जाएगा विच कैन मिमिक द बॉडी प्रोटीन्स, बॉडी में सारा 3D स्ट्रक्चर है, सो दैट्स व्हाई then it will give a very good drug protein interaction. And then after interaction you can go for a de novo drug design, means a very new molecular drug designing. Then you can synthesize that particular molecule. If you will see the AI tools in the drug screening, then virtual screening you can do, but lot of data is required for the virtual screening. So virtual screening के लिए first is if you want to screening for the toxicity, you have to feed the lot of data for the toxicity related, then you can screen out whether this molecule is toxic or not. Then second is the prediction of the bioactivity. If you want ki how the this particular compound is a like a EGFR activator, means inhibitor, sorry. So what you have to do, जितने भी एंडोथेलियल ग्रोथ फैक्टर रिसेप्टर इनहिबिटर्स हैं उनका पूरा का पूरा आपको डेटा फीड करना पड़ेगा, एंड देन यू कैन वर्चुअल स्क्रीनिंग आप कर सकते हो अपने मॉलिक्यूल के लिए कि वेदर दिस मॉलिक्यूल विल बी गोइंग इन अ लॉन्ग वे फॉर द EGFR इनहिबिटर और नॉट. then only you can be satisfied कि नहीं ये भी bioactivity दिखा रहा है in the existing molecule के equivalent, so you can work on that particular molecule. Similar way the physicochemical property का if you venture about the, if you want to screening of the physicochemical property, like you want to determine the solubility and permeability, which are the very integral parameter. So what you have to do, whatever molecule you have designed, आपको उसका solubility data के लिए पूरा solubility data related to that particular molecule you have to feed 10,000 data आपको feed करना पड़ेगा. Then only the clusters and the different type of the models computer will make, and then it will give a result, decision making result कि this molecule will be soluble and permeable होगा या नहीं होगा, and what type of the formulation you can make for that particular new molecule. Then last one, identification classification of the target cell also you can do कि what type of the targeting or the target cells are there where you want to target. So if you will see the cancer cells, there are the various types of the cancer cells are there, and to which type of the cells you want to target, then also you can identify by using the deep learning or the different machine learning tools. Next, it is one of the most important nowadays and a very attractive area, especially in the oncology, artificial intelligence in the drug repurposing. Drug repurposing, as we all know, existing drug ka naya therapeutic effect. So like in case of best example nowadays, it is a thalidomide and the metformin. तो metformin सबको पता है कि it is used in the as a anti diabetic drug. It is a very, we can say, very simple and the cheaper molecule. 5 रुपए का एक पूरा स्ट्रिप मिलता है, but the people they have used this metformin as an anti cancer drug. But if the artificial intelligence is not existing, and if I want to use the metformin for anti cancer, it will take me for 20 years to bring that metformin into the market as an anti cancer drug. Why? Because first तो मैं metformin की anti cancer activity करूंगी different cell lines में. So cancer की cell lines ही breast cancer की कम से कम 50 होगी, colon cancer की 100 होंगी, human, mouse, rat, so many anti cancer cell lines are there. तो मुझे पूरे experiment run करने पड़ेंगे, and after that there is no guarantee then I will make a conclusion. But if you are using a deep learning tools for making a repurposing, you will definitely, you are using some simulated, that is a computational biology. If you are using some we can say the computational biology in silico models, आप ये सब models use करेंगे deep learning और machine learning के, so definitely you will get an idea in which direction I have to use this metformin in what type of the cancer. Otherwise, if you will see the papers are coming for metformin breast cancer also, metformin they have used for colon cancer also. तो भाई वो एंटी कैंसर है तो कैंसर एक्टिविटी तो दिखाएगी, बट यू नेवर नो कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ द कैंसर के लिए आपको यूज करना है. एंड फॉर दैट you have to have a very good data, or we can say the very sophisticated tools should be there to make your molecule successful. क्योंकि आपके पास बहुत ही solid data होना चाहिए to make to take that metformin for a further step. तभी आप कोई कंपनी आपके पास आएगी इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए कि जब आपके पास बहुत ही रिगरस डेटा हो जो कि शो कर रहा हो कि मेटफॉर्मिन इज अ वेरी मच इफेक्टिव इन द ब्रेस्ट कैंसर. So only on those basis of the data, any company can come and approach you कि भाई हाँ चलो मेटफॉर्मिन का ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के लिए कुछ मेडिसिन बनाई जा सकती है. Otherwise, nobody will be make that metformin for as an anti-cancer drug. Now the next is AI in the chemical synthesis. Again, it is a continuous flow manufacturing जो है वो आपकी बहुत सारी steps को बचा देती है. Although I'm not an expert, but in the chemical synthesis, each and everybody knows कि lot of efforts, lot of we can say the reagents are required, lot of steps are there. बहुत सारी machineries का use होता है, solvents का use होता है, different reactions लगते हैं, बहुत सारे reactions fail हो जाते हैं. So it is better rather than to wasting the so many things, manpower and the physical, chemical, financial, rather than to put the several wastage, you can go for a predictive models. So you can go for the reaction yield ka data डाल सकते हो, then the retrosynthesis pathway, designing the synthetic route, developing the insight into the reaction mechanism. तो ये जब आप सारी studies deep learning से कर लेंगे, then you will get an idea कि मुझे कौन से steps को skip करना है, मुझे कौन सा pathway लेना है mechanism, कौन सी मुझे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टेप्स को फॉलो करना है, which mechanism, synthetic synthesis mechanism will be best for this molecule, and then you will make some solution, and then you will pursue and you will start to do the work. Then it will prevent the thousands rupees of the solvents and your energy and lot of things we can prevent. Now this is again the whatever I have talked, this is just an imaginary way how to make a drug discovery. So this is a very good diagram which can show कि in the first case में आपको disease को identify करना है, then the second आपको target identification is very very important. After target identification, which is the lead identification out of that target, which is the leading molecule or the leading target for that particular. तो target तो आपके हजारों 50 आ जाएंगे, but उस out of that target में से which one is the leading. After leading identification, you can go for a lead optimization. उसको optimize करो and then you can go for a trials. And after going the trials, you can make a marketable drug. So this is a pathway. Although it is a very easy to say, but very difficult to perform with the applications of the AI tools. And for that AI tools, we require a very, we can say a very क्या बोलना चाहिए आपका बहुत ही जो AI है या आपका इंटरनेट है या आपका जो सिस्टम्स है, इट इज अ वेरी वी कैन से लार्ज कैपेसिटी डेटा का पूरा आपको बाय करना पड़ेगा, and then only you can feed the your data and all. So we are having a computers which are a very less memory. We cannot feed the data to only to a certain extent. तो उसके लिए बहुत sophisticated instruments are required, then only we can reach and we can achieve this particular thing. Now if we will see, this is again a very interesting slide, and I have taken this from the systematic review from the 2025. This systematic review is a very informative, and if you will see the overview of AI driven in drug discovery studies, so there are the two parts of this study, four parts rather I should say, and this is a very eye opener. If you will see this distribution of the studies across the drug development stage. So this diagram, if you will see, this systemic review has they have taken the 179 papers or the 179 studies कि drug discovery जो stages हैं उसके पेपर उन्होंने निकाले आउट ऑफ 10,000 में से पूरे 179 पेपर स्टडी किए. उसमें से आप ये देखोगे कि जो प्री क्लिनिकल डेटा था उसमें 70 जो पेपर्स थे दे आर फ्रॉम द प्री क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स के थे. ड्रग डिस्कवरी के स्टेजेस में 70 जो थे दे आर इन द ड्रग डिस्कवरी के प्री क्लिनिकल स्टेजेस में थे. If you will see that from preclinical to phase 1 trials mein, near about the 20 studies are in the preclinical out of 179. Clinical phase, if you will see 1 and 1B, there is only the 5 studies are out of 179 में से सिर्फ 5 studies जो गई थी वो clinical phase 1 में गई थी, and सबसे minimum जो गई थी वो clinical phase 1 and the 2 में जाके only out of 179 में से 2 studies are there. So failure rate if you can see, and clinical phase second A में near about the 20 studies are there, they went for that, and clinical phase trial 2 or 3 में only 2 studies are left. तो मतलब the thing is that कि यदि मैंने 179 papers drug discovery के निकाले थे तो that paper are showing कि preclinical में maximum studies will be successful. But same data, if you are transferring from preclinical to clinical, the success rate will be your only the 1/4 that this diagram is showing, and that's why it is quite alarming, and that's why we have to use the AI tools for the drug discovery. Now if we will go for a second image, that is a pura global scenario hai ki what is the AI role in global scenario in the drug discovery according to the country. So this is a global view or the global distribution of the AI drug driven discovery. So if you will see this global scenario, it is a very much, if you can see this diagram, in the diagram it is showing 129. So that diagram is showing that 129% out of 179 is done by the US. तो यूएस में आउट ऑफ 179 में से 129 स्टडीज जो थी वो ग्लोबली यूएस में परफॉर्म हुई थी. सो इट इज अ यूनाइटेड स्टेट एट द फोर फ्रंट contributing 129 out of 179 studies. That is a 72.1% US is generally participating. If you will go for a second diagram, in the second diagram mein, there is a we can say like a 16 studies in the China they have reported here, and after China they are the UK. That is a 9% of the studies artificial intelligence in the drug discovery out of 179 की बात हो रही है in systematic review. So out of 179, 129 drug discovery studies in US, 129 में से आपका सिर्फ 16 studies चाइना में artificial intelligence से हुई है, and 09 studies in the UK, and very few studies like 6 studies in the South Korea, डेनमार्क में 6 स्टडीज हैं, जापान में 6 स्टडीज हैं, एंड सिंगापुर में 3 स्टडीज हैं. बट इफ यू विल सी द साउथ एशिया इट इज अ 0. तो 179 जो आर्टिकल्स हमने सिस्टमेटिक रिव्यू में लिए उसमें इंडिया and like this South Asia, they are all nil. There was not a single study has been reported in the drug discovery. So this is the scenario in the global scenario. So we can say still the US is one of the most we can say the very far ahead, and that's why the people or the students, in spite of a very adverse condition in the US, but students they want to go to the US for the research, for the jobs, because they are very far ahead, and they want to learn, they want to skill themselves. So after coming to the India, they should be the indispensable part, and because the skill wise the US is very far ahead, and that's why the if you are doing the research from the US, so definitely your whole, we can say, the knowledge will be polished, and then you will do the better, and you will be a more skilled person as compared to the other things. Now, this is again, this diagram I have taken from that systematic review. It is again a very much alarming, we can say. This the third diagram that shows the reporting of the industry collaboration, clinical outcomes, and translational impact. If you will see this diagram, then this diagram में red color no बोल रहा है and the yes is the blue color. If you will see this timeline impact or the timeline impact को देखते हैं तो 100% timeline impact है. What does it mean? They have done the study out 179, उसमें ये माना जा रहा है कि all 100% as a time impact means you cannot deny कि artificial intelligence is million times time saver as compared to the manually doing the research. तो सारे 179 पेपर से यही निकल के आया कि 100% एज अ टाइमलाइन इम्पैक्ट है, बिकॉज आपका बहुत सारा टाइम सेव होता है इन अ वेरी एफिशिएंट मैनर, and after saving the time you will make a very constructive conclusion from the AI tools. In the second scenario, if you will see this graph, that is a clinical outcome, we can say the report. The clinical outcome यदि हम चाहते हैं, हम देखते हैं कि whatever data we are getting from the AI tools, whether we should venture into the clinical trials or not. So clinical data में 45% is the success rate है out of 179, and 55% data में अभी भी no है. So again we have to work very hard in the tools which are designed for the clinical trials. तो clinical trials में 45% success rate है out of 179. So this is a we can say the industry, and the third diagram which are showing कि what is the industry partnership. तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे it is again alarming. Industry partnership बोल रहा है 97% industry partnership है and 3% is no. So what this diagram is mean? There is a very strong academia industry interaction. There is a very strong industry and AI industry interaction. So nowadays जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की फार्मा इंडस्ट्री है, लाइक देर आर द सर्टेन इंडस्ट्री, लाइक वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल इज क्या था वो, दिस एक्सेंशिया. दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट बिगेस्ट कंपनी इन द एआई. तो ये क्या करती है कि जो ये कंपनी है, इट इज अप्रोचिंग to the pharma company or vice versa, कि pharma company they are approaching to the AI companies कि we want to design a molecule in the neurological disorder. So they are welcoming the pharma industry group, and then they will sit together and then they will identify, they will help together. AI जो industries हैं, they are financially also supporting to the pharmaceutical industry. So ultimately they should lead the some molecules which are coming into the this we can say the any new molecule. So like AstraZeneca, Sanofi, they are tying up with this 1.2 billion partnership is there with this AI companies. So definitely when you are taking some collaborative work, so here what they are taking, industry, academia, and the artificial intelligence industries, all three together they are working. So they simultaneously they are producing the skilled human power by taking the students to the research, and artificial intelligence companies they are also financially also supporting, and financially के साथ में they are making a capacity building which are very much lacuna in our part. So simultaneously all the three companies are in the win-win situation. So सारों का ही growth हो रहा है, सारे ही research कर रहे हैं, and definitely the conclusion will be you will get a successful molecule. So this review article is showing a good impact on the clinical trial. They are showing the time काफी सेव हो रहा है आपका, and you should collaborate with the आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की कोई कंपनी आपको देखनी पड़ेगी, देन ओनली यू कैन बी अ सक्सेसफुल. और अदरवाइज गवर्नमेंट शुड गिव द फंड टू मेक योर एआई इज वेरी वी कैन से द वेरी स्ट्रांग टू सपोर्ट द वेरी productive research. So this is a outcomes. Now the fourth diagram is again a very much interesting. If you will see the distribution of the AI methodologies which I have introduced in the first thing, ki AI, ML, DL, and this omics integration, generative model, generative AI, deep learning, neural learning, CNN, all these are the different type of the AI model. in what model you want to work and in which direction. So if you will see this diagram, again the artificial intelligence, that is a 40.9 percent, is taking a major part, while the 20.7 is the we can say the molecular modeling and the simulation. Most of the industries nowadays, whether it is a Sun Pharma, it is a Sanofi or the Sun Pharma, all they are taking software tools, and half of the work will be done by the software tools, and that's why they are not hiring the people for in the research R&D में बहुत कम hiring हो रही है from the pharmaceutical company, because half of the work done by the AI tools. So they will generally get an idea from the AI tools कि कौन सी मेथड फॉलो करना है. सॉफ्टवेयर से फॉर्मुलेशन का ऑप्टिमाइजेशन भी हो जाता है, एनालिटिकल मेथड का भी आप ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कर सकते हो. तो आपको मेन पावर की बहुत ही कम जरूरत रहती है, बिकॉज वंस यू विल ऑप्टिमाइज, only 1 or 2 scientists they can be done that particular method, and they can give the answer, and they can simulate the condition. So that's why if you will see all these tools, all these three are the important. The simulation, आज की डेट में तो बहुत सारे लोग जो एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, दे आर आल्सो बाइंग द वेरियस सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर द कंप्यूटेशनल बायोलॉजी, फॉर द इन विट्रो साइमुलेशन, मॉलिक्यूलर मॉडलिंग एंड मॉलिक्यूलर साइमुलेशन, जेबीएम, बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर है फॉर्मुलेशन डिजाइनिंग में, एनालिसिस में, एंड डॉकिंग में. All the software, they can give a very much important data for the drug discovery. So, and again, this is again a very interesting tool. If you will see the industry, what industries they are in the AI. So these are the some industry AI platforms are there, and these are the number of the AI techniques they are using. So I am not going all the details. If you will see the first diagram, यहाँ पे जो तीनों colors हैं, तो if you will see this chemistry 42, this is a company है AI based. So AI based platform chemistry 42 क्या करती है? These 3 techniques they are using. कौन कौन सा? Generative AI, and they are having a deep learning, and they are having a reinforcement learning. All these 3 database are there. So any pharma industry or any academic institution which they want to work on these particular 3 things, they can tie up with the chemistry 42. If you will see the smart cubes, so many recruitments have been done from the pharmaceutical institutions. In the smart cube में भी बच्चे गए हैं. तो यदि हम स्मार्ट क्यूब का डेटा देखते हैं, तो ग्रीन कलर जो है, डार्क ग्रीन कलर, इट इज शोइंग द प्रेडिक्टिव मशीन लर्निंग. तो प्रेडिक्टिव मशीन लर्निंग में भी वही आता है कि आपने प्रेडिक्टिव मशीन लर्निंग मीन्स मशीन लर्निंग कि आप डेटा साइंस है पूरा, तो आपको डेटा फीड करना है, वो डेटा आपको प्रोडक्टिव मॉडलिंग देगा, एंड हाउ टू एनालाइज द डेटा, हाउ यू कैन गो फॉर अ वर्चुअल स्क्रीनिंग. तो ये सारा चीजें ये कंपनी करती है, एंड ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स व्हिच आर गोइंग इन द स्मार्ट क्यूब्स, दे आर वेरी मच अवेयर हाउ टू डू द डेटा एनालिसिस. फिर जो रेड कलर का है, दैट इज अ बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स, ये इसका ही एडवांस पार्ट है. तो इफ द पर्सन इज वर्किंग ऑन दिस डेटा, इट विल बी अ बिग डेटा एनालिसिस में चला जाएगा. देन दिस पर्पल कलर इज शोइंग मोशन साइमुलेशन. मोशन साइमुलेशन मतलब ऑल साइमुलेशन मॉडल्स. तो ये कंपनी इन तीनों पे काम करती है, एंड वंस यू आर वेरी मच working in the smart cubes, so you will be very much trained in this, and definitely after learning this you can go to the recursion company में चले जाओ कि आपके पास ये 3 skills हैं, तो automatically any company you can hire you for this another particular task. ये तो already trained है, तो इसको इसमें शामिल कर लो. So once you will get the data analysis, you can do the miracle. So these type of the strategies are going on in the drug discovery area. Now, this is again a very much interesting study. This is a therapeutic area and the molecular targets in AI-driven drug discovery. Now, if you will see, there's a number of studies. Again, I have taken this particular data. Again, it is a very eye-opener from that systematic review where the 179 papers they have identified for the AI tools के लिए in drug discovery. So if you will see this data, out of this 179 paper, 126 papers they are dedicated for oncology AI tools in drug discovery. तो मैक्सिमम रिसर्च जो हो रही है आपकी ऑन्कोलॉजी में है. तो जितने भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इन ड्रग डिस्कवरी में हो रहा था, देयर मेन एरिया वाज ऑन्कोलॉजी. और वेरी फ्यू कंपनीज दे आर वेंचरिंग इनटू द डर्मेटोलॉजी, दैट इज द 10%. एंड इफ यू विल सी द ग्राफ, गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी में भी 9% का रिजल्ट है, सबसे कम है रूमेटोलॉजी में. Although it is a rheumatology, it is a autoimmune disorders, and till date there is a not a very robust, we can say, the therapy. The people are taking a steroids, methotrexate and all, and this immunological analysis or immunological treatment is also there, but they are not very successful. So the people who are struggling with the rheumatoid arthritis and the osteoarthritis, still there is no, I think, very effective drugs. But we will see the oncology, one of the most important area till date. This is the 2025 data. So lot of work we can do in other areas also. In the pulmonary भी बहुत अच्छा attractive area है. Neurological disorders is again one of the most we can say the important area. And recently we made the company, I don't remember the name. Some person has come from the we can say the Switzerland. I think that is a Pfizer, and they are also working in the neurological molecule. Maybe hope so. कि the new molecule in the neurological disorders will coming shortly. So till date, but there is a only one new molecules had come from this artificial intelligence tool that I want to share. That is specially for the idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. तो उस मॉलिक्यूल का इन्होंने नाम रखा है INS018-055. So this is a I can say a symbolic name है, and especially this is a rare diseases है, that is a idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and that is also a very challenging disease. And the people in the US, this molecule have been in the clinical phase trial 3. So maybe the new molecule will come in the this particular disease. This this fourth figure is a flower chart बोलते हैं इसको. If you will see this diagram, that is a very interesting diagram. If you will see, इस डायग्राम में ये बताया जा रहा है कि हाउ दिस आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टूल्स दे आर टेकिंग पार्ट. सो आउटर जो ग्राफ है, दैट इज अ वेरी लाइट ब्लू कलर. दैट इज द प्री क्लिनिकल डेटा. प्री क्लिनिकल मतलब प्री क्लिनिकल में आपका एनिमल मॉडलिंग भी आ जाएगा, कुछ इन विट्रो डेटा भी आएगा. सो दैट इज वी कैन से द डेटा इज अ वेरी प्री क्लिनिकल, तो लाइट कलर में है. और आप इसमें देखेंगे कि देर आर सो मेनी टारगेट्स दे आर आइडेंटिफाइड इन आउटर सर्कल. Inside the circle, from this they are going into the deeper color, that is a clinical phase trial 1. तो यहाँ पे आपको काफी मॉलिक्यूल्स दिख रहे थे, but after that like in the case of Hi-Fi Bio, if you will see this particular AI tools, then they have going for the deep learning. डीप लर्निंग से आपको 4 टारगेट्स और आइडेंटिफाई हो गए. इन 4 टारगेट्स को उन्होंने और स्टडीज किया, तो इफ यू विल सी नो रिजल्ट हैज कम. बट हियर इन द साइड में यदि आप देखते हो कि यदि हम लेंटन का फार्मा का देखते हैं, सो प्रेजेंटली दे हैव आइडेंटिफाइड दिस 2 टारगेट. फिर उन्होंने और उसकी डीप लर्निंग की, फिर उनको मिला आपको ये जो थर्ड में है, दैट इज अ क्लिनिकल फेज ट्रायल. वो क्या बोलते हैं आपका 2 में गया. देन आफ्टर 2 the chances are very rare any molecules has gone for the clinical phase trial 3. So if the diagrams conclusion is that out of these so many molecules, इनसाइड में आपका एक भी नहीं पहुंचा. मतलब सक्सेसफुल रेट जो ANN जो नेटवर्क है इनसाइड में क्लिनिकल फेज ट्रायल 3 में, नो मॉलिक्यूल हैज रीच्ड. सो द फेलियर चांसेस आर आउट ऑफ 179 में से एक भी मॉलिक्यूल जो है दैट इज नॉट फॉर अ clinical trial was the successful. So these are the scenario, and this is the reality ki how much we can give the time, and how much we have to make the people trained in the AI tools until the success rate is very low. Now this is again a diagram that is I have already we can say this is known as an AI driven drug discovery pipeline जिसको बोलते हैं. In the pipeline में if you will see what are the pipelines में, data collection, that is a very important from all types of the data you have to have. Then after that data reprocessing होता है. Data processing मतलब जो unwanted data, it has to be cleaned, and after cleaning the data there is a target identification. In target identification में there are the various AI model which we have just discuss. You have to put the some models. That model will give the predictive result, whether it is a what will be the result, whether this particular molecule will be, what type of the molecule it will be. And then after molecule identification, you will go for a virtual screening, and then all the things optimization, and then the lead optimization, then the drug approval, and then after drug approval you can go for a regulatory approval and for the formulation processes. So the lead identification again, it is a we can say it is a AI tools. We have to make the AI tools sophisticated AI tools. So lead identification we can do for analyzing the chemical libraries, predicting the biological activity, then prioritizing the compound with the highest probability of the success before the experimental validation. Then lead identification, again the lead optimization. After the identification, you have go for a lead optimization key. What is the lead compound out of those identification? किसका ऑप्टिमाइज करूं? So many molecules identified, but which molecule I have to optimize? Then again you have to go for a machine learning and the deep learning. क्वालिटी स्ट्रक्चर रिलेशनशिप, टारगेट की बहुत अच्छे से आपको नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, उसकी आपकी सिलेक्टिविटी, उसका आपको पूरा प्रोफाइल मालूम होना चाहिए. देन ओनली यू कैन वेंचर फॉर अ न्यू मॉलिक्यूल विद द टारगेट बाइंडिंग रिसेप्टर. So again the generative AI models further support the de novo molecular design. So crux of this slide is that you have to invest for the AI tools like machine learning, deep learning करनी पड़ेगी. AI generative tools also you have to use if you want a successful molecule designing or successful आपको drug discovery करनी है. Then virtual screening, I am not going in detail because I think the time is over. And deep learning, again virtual screening. There are so many software for the virtual screening, and which can screen the millions of the molecule in the we can not a fraction of second, but within a 1 or 2 months. Only the thing is that you should have a very sophisticated computer which is having a very good memory. You can feed as much as data you can. So बहुत आपके पास rigorous drive होना चाहिए कि आप उसके ऊपर कोई भी चीज मतलब कोई भी डेटा आप बहुत आराम से उसमें फीड कर सकते हो और एनालाइज कर सकते हो. तो आपका जो प्रोग्रामिंग है इट शुड बी वेरी सपोर्टिव, अदरवाइज यू कैन नॉट एनालाइज एनीथिंग. So all the models you have to feed and then only you can analyze. So now this is again the method for virtual screening. दो टाइप की स्क्रीनिंग होती है, एक तो स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड वर्चुअल स्क्रीनिंग होती है और दूसरा होती है लिगैंड बेस्ड वर्चुअल स्क्रीनिंग. सो व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, इफ यू आर हैविंग अ स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड तो आपके पास यदि स्ट्रक्चर है तो स्ट्रक्चर बेस्ड आप स्क्रीनिंग करो. यदि आपके पास लिगैंड का स्ट्रक्चर है तो आप लिगैंड बेस्ड स्क्रीनिंग कर सकते हैं. एंड देन इट शोज की व्हाट इज योर बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिविटी, कितनी प्रोटीन इसका कितना टारगेट के साथ बाइंडिंग कितनी होगी, व्हाट इज द बाइंडिंग वी कैन से द एनर्जी का क्या बोलते हैं रिजल्ट क्या आया है, whether that particular result is showing for the good affinity or not, and then you can your model will give the decision कि probability इसकी कितनी है failure की and success की, and then you can go ahead. And this is a AI in the virtual in silico screening. There are the 4 type of the prediction है. Ultra high throughput screening करनी पड़ेगी, then the binding affinity prediction है. These are the different type of the we can say the methods है that can make you towards the screening and identification and decision making. Then the recent applications है आपकी AI की, that is also a very good review article. Sorry, here I cannot make a reference, but this is article is a worth to read. Lab to the clinic. So they have given a I think कि 100 molecule की table थी, but just want to show कि what they have done. It is a means eye opener. So if you will see the knowledge graph and the machine learning for target prioritization, clinical phase trial 1 में है कौन सा, एक गेस्ट्रोएंटेरोलॉजी का एक प्रोडक्ट है अल्सरेटिव कोलाइटिस के लिए. दैट इज अ बिनोवेलेंट एआई दे हैव यूज्ड दिस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी, दे हैव आइडेंटिफाइड और उनका मॉलिक्यूल अभी क्लिनिकल फेज ट्रायल 1 में चल रहा है. इफ यू विल सी द इन्फेक्शियस डिसीज में जो मैंने पहले भी आपको डायग्राम दिखाया था, तो दैट मॉलिक्यूल इज इन क्लिनिकल फेज 1. तो मतलब टुवर्ड्स सक्सेसफुल है आफ्टर सो मेनी रिगरस ट्रायल फ्रॉम लीड आइडेंटिफिकेशन से लेकर क्लिनिकल फेज ट्रायल 1 में. सो इट मॉलिक्यूल हैज बीन एंड this is a company name that is a Generate Biomedicine. तो ये क्लिनिकल फेज ट्रायल 1 में है. कोई भी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी इसको अप्रोच करेगी एंड देन दे कैन गो फॉर देन दे गो अहेड एंड रेगुलेटरी अप्रूवल वगैरह लेके दे कैन लॉन्च द मॉलिक्यूल. Then third is the clinical phase trial 2A में, again it is a second phase ahead. It is a ulcerative colitis है and this is a morphic therapeutic Schrödinger lily. ये लिली का मॉलिक्यूल है जो कि क्लिनिकल ट्रेस फाइल 2 में चल रहा है. And this is the AI technique used. These are the techniques: Schrödinger, live design platform, computational modeling, structure biology, and machine learning. तो ये इतनी सारी टेक्निक्स जब यूज किए तब उनका मॉलिक्यूल क्लिनिकल फेज 2 में पहुंचा है. So small efforts can make a big deal. नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज द ऑन्कोलॉजी. कैंसर के तो इस वाले पेपर में कम से कम 50 to 60 एग्जाम्पल्स हैं जो क्लिनिकल फेज 2-3 में चल रहे हैं एंड इम्यूनोथेरेपी मॉडल्स हैं. सो ऑन्कोलॉजी कैंसर में दैट इज अ टॉटस मेडिसिन इज अ कंपनी फंडिंग सोर्स है एंड दीज आर द टूल्स दे हैव यूज. डीएनए एनकोडेड लाइब्रेरी स्क्रीनिंग मशीन लर्निंग. दिस इज अ डीएनए एनकोडेड मतलब जो 3D स्ट्रक्चर प्रोटीन बाइंडिंग था 2020 में जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में ड्रग की डिस्कवरी हुई थी जिसमें कि एनजीएस नेशनल जीन सीक्वेंसिंग नेक्स्ट जनरेशन सीक्वेंसिंग एंड द 3D मॉडलिंग आता है. देन दे ओपन द डोर फॉर ऑन्कोलॉजी. these are the oncology solid tumor के लिए preclinical trial में चल रहा है. That is a Superset Therapeutics and these are the certain AI tools they have used. This is again the company है and these are the smart cubes platform. They have used phenotype screening computer vision and उनका जो clinical phase trial 2 में चल रहा है schizophrenia के लिए. Then Schrodinger is the biggest company. Everyone knows different type of the models and the tools they are going to in the market. And they do their different type of the webinar and the seminar और marketing उनके agents भी आते हैं to show the what are the new tools are coming. And the dermatological psoriasis के लिए इनका product clinical phase trial 3 में है. Very amazing. And all they have done the molecular dynamics simulation and all. And this product I'm very much sure this product will come because the clinical phase trial 3 में है और वैसे भी वो डर्मा का product है. Regular requirement is comparatively less as compared to the oncology products. So definitely this molecule will make a miracle. Then another example, the skin disease autoimmune disorders hai, that is also clinical phase trial 2 mein hai, and this is a company. So these are the just a crux of that paper. So many compounds they have given 100 ki list hai, and it is worth to read and you can easily analyze कि whether the young generation has to go उनको machine learning का कुछ ना कुछ part आना चाहिए. So even I am so motivated from this article and you have given me this opportunity कि मुझे भी लग रहा है कि मैं कोई एक coaching join कर लूँ कि something I should learn from the software. And these are the certain tools. I am not going in detail because I'm just narrating. So these are again the tools which are again the very much important. क्लिनिकल डेटा मैनेजमेंट में रेगुलेटरी के भी टूल सीख सकता है, कोई ड्रग रिपर्पसिंग के लिए भी ये वाला चीज सीख सकता है. सो द थिंग इज दैट इन विच एरिया one person want to go. So that is all for this particularly. Then machine learning in drug discovery, again it is a repetition, so I am not going in detail, but one can go for all these type of the machine learning tool. What are those and what are the different types of the steps are going. Now this machine learning I have already given the example, but these are the machine learning के types हैं and this is a types में this is a supervised, this is a unsupervised machine learning, this is a reinforced learning, this is a deep learning and this is a transfer learning. Companies are working in any area. Only the thing is that what type of the tools they are having. So I am not the expert, but from this chart I am very much sure कि आपका डेटा क्या है. तो इफ यू विल सी दिस डायग्राम, सुपरवाइज लर्निंग जो है बहुत ही सोफिस्टिकेटेड है जहां पे कि आपके पास लेबल डेटा रहता है. लेबल डेटा मतलब वॉट एवर डेटा यू आर फीडिंग यू नो द आंसर. मैं जो भी ड्रग के मॉलिक्यूल को फीड कर रही हूँ डेटा को, उस ड्रग के मॉलिक्यूल की सॉल्युबिलिटी मुझे पता है. सो वॉट एवर मॉडल्स आर कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस इट विल गिव अ एग्जैक्ट रिजल्ट. तो डेटा आप कंप्यूटर में कैसा फीड कर रहे हो that will give the prediction or your ultimate result and the direction. सेकंड केस में जाते हैं अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग, मशीन लर्निंग. यदि आपके पास डेटा अनलेबल्ड है मतलब आपको नहीं पता है रिजल्ट, तो आपका ये पूरा का पूरा डेटा हिडन पैटर्न देगा. हिडन पैटर्न मतलब वो क्लस्टर्स बना के दे देगा. यदि फॉर एग्जांपल आपने मैंने वही आपको एग्जांपल दिया था कि यदि आपने 5 लाख मेमोग्राम्स फीड कर दिए, तो अभी आपको नहीं पता है कि वो मेमोग्राम में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर कौन सी स्टेज में था, उसके अंदर और भी कुछ स्पॉट नजर आ रहे थे क्या, नहीं था. बट आपको ये पता है कि उस मेमोग्राम में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर था, कुछ मेमोग्राम में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर नहीं था. तो इसमें जो क्लस्टर्स बनेगा वो 100% रिजल्ट नहीं है. उसमें क्लस्टर्स बनेंगे और वो हिडन पैटर्न बना देगा आपका कंप्यूटर. अब क्या होगा कि जब आप अननोन मेमोग्राम को इसमें फीड करोगे तो वॉट एवर क्लस्टर्स या हिडन पैटर्न बने हैं वो जो मेमोग्राम है वो हिडन पैटर्न में फिक्स वो फीड करके वो जो आपने क्लस्टर्स बने हैं वो क्लस्टर से आपको कंप्यूटर ये बता देगा कि इसका जो पैटर्न है वो टूवर्ड्स द ब्रेस्ट कैंसर है या नहीं है. सो इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ हिडन पैटर्न वेयर यू आर नॉट गेटिंग अ एग्जैक्ट रिजल्ट, और क्वांटिटेटिव एनालिसिस आपको पता नहीं चलेगी कि वो कौन से स्टेज पे है, क्या है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द अनसुपरवाइज्ड डेटा, एंड यू हैव टू मेक मोर आइडेंटिफिकेशन आपको करना पड़ेगा. बट आपको ये पता चल जाएगा कि आप प्रोन है या नहीं है. आपका डेटा या आपका मेमोग्राम आपको क्या बता रहा है, क्या हिंट दे रहा है. नाउ द थर्ड वन इज द reinforced data. As the name indicates, the training to make a sequential decision based. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, ये this is the data whatever you are feeding, this is a trial and error data है. So it is automatically, if you will feed the data, automatically the tools will make you aware कि डेटा इज नॉट सक्सेसफुल. तो आपका जो डेटा है वो फेलियर में आ जाएगा. तो जिससे आपको ये पता चल जाएगा कि आपके टूल्स में कोई कमी है, एंड यू हैव टू गो अगेन. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द सीक्वेंशियल डेटा. मतलब ट्रायल एंड एरर से आपको मॉडल बनाना पड़ेगा, एंड देन ओनली द सक्सेसफुल मॉडल यू विल गेट. सो दिस इज स्पेशली यूज फॉर अ ड्रग फॉर्मुलेशन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन एंड क्लिनिकल ट्रायल ड्रग डिजाइनिंग में, जहाँ के कि आप ड्रग डिजाइनिंग का बॉक्स बेंकम लगाते हो, सेंट्रल कंपोजिट डिजाइन लगाते हो. तो बहुत बार आप जो डिजाइनिंग लगा रहे हो, टेगुची लगा रहे हो, तो मेनी अ टाइम्स इफ यू विल फीड द डेटा with the predicted value, but many a times it is giving a failure result, और आपका फॉर्मुलेशन सक्सेसफुल नहीं रहता है. सो अगेन यू हैव टू चेंज द पैरामीटर्स, एंड अगेन यू हैव टू मेक अगेन मॉडल. तो जब तक आपको सक्सेसफुल नहीं मिल जाता है, तो ये सिक्वेंशियल बोलते हैं इसको, कि आपने कुछ फीड किया, आपको रिजल्ट नहीं आया, फिर आपने अपने पैरामीटर्स में डेटा में चेंज किया, एंड अगेन यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट. तो ऐसा आपको सक्सेस एंड फेलियर के बेस पे यू विल रीच अ पर्टिकुलर मॉडल विच कैन बी सक्सेसफुल एंड विच कैन बी यूज फॉर अ फर्दर एनालिसिस के लिए. नाउ द डीप लर्निंग, आई एम नॉट गोइंग, बिकॉज डीप लर्निंग के अगेन आई हैव गिवन द एग्जांपल, जहां पे कि आपको न्यूरल नेटवर्क, विच इज अ वेरी सोफिस्टिकेटेड एंड एडवांस टूल टेक्नोलॉजी है, जिसमें कि आपके न्यूरल नेटवर्क बहुत डीप तक आपकी डायसेक्शनिंग होती है, और बहुत ही we can say very robust result you will get, क्योंकि thousands of the neurons will analyze the one data. So definitely chances of the failure in case of deep learning will be lower. So this is used for a NLP के लिए जाता है, natural language processing के लिए, and designing optimization के लिए. This particular tools is very important. Transfer learning में this is a again a very nowadays is a very important thing. ट्रांसफर लर्निंग में क्या करते हैं कि वंस यू मेक अ बिग डेटा फ्रॉम द डीप लर्निंग, कि आपने मिलियंस ऑफ द डेटा का कुछ बना लिया और एक मॉडल बना लिया, बट आपको आउट ऑफ दोज मिलियन डेटा में से आपको कुछ ही स्टडी के लिए उसको यूज करना है. तो उस डेटा को आप मिनिमम स्मॉल डेटा में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. मतलब एक मेजर मॉडल से आप एक मिनी मॉडल बना सकते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई द डेफिनेशन इज दैट अप्लाइंग द नॉलेज फ्रॉम द वन टास्क. मतलब एक मॉडल आपका बना हुआ है, तो उसको आप अप्लाई करो फ्रॉम वन टास्क डोमेन टू रिलेटेड टू द नेक्स्ट टास्क डोमेन. कि आपने उस पैरामीटर्स में से सिर्फ एक पैरामीटर में ही लगाना है, तो आपने से उसमें से कुछ पैरामीटर लेके आपने एक ऐसा प्रोग्रामिंग डिजाइन कर लिया कि आपको बार बार उस बिग डेटा में नहीं जाना पड़ रहा है. सो इट विल सेव द टाइम ऑल्सो, and you can skill the person efficiently. So all these are the types of machine learning. I have supervised and supervised के differences भी हैं. So I am not going in detail because I have already done. So these are the their applications. Supervised कहाँ use होता है, unsupervised कहाँ use होता है. So they have already I have explored. Deep learning, all they are all in detail, so I'm not expert, but for me also I have made and I have given the lot of example for the deep learning and all. So these are the things. AI in drug purposing, UI and machine learning, that we have already done. कि drug repurposing का we have already ventured कि यदि आपको एंटी कैंसर ड्रग बनाना है, तो आप रोल ऑफ AI और ML का आप कितने टाइप की स्टडीज करेंगे, एंड देन ओनली यू कैन make a repurposed molecule for that particular disease. Then role of machine learning in accelerating the lead optimization, that we have already done. कि लीड ऑप्टिमाइजेशन के लिए आप हाउ दिस मशीन लर्निंग एंड द डीप लर्निंग यू विल हेल्प यू फ्रॉम स्टेप बाय स्टेप. ओनली द थिंग इज दैट यू हैव टू हैव सम टूल्स लाइक हाउ थ्रूपुट वर्चुअल स्क्रीनिंग होनी चाहिए आपके पास, क्यूएसआर मॉडल्स होने चाहिए, मल्टी पैरामीटर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन की टेक्निक्स होनी चाहिए, एंड डीप लर्निंग के टूल्स भी होने चाहिए. सो एडमिट प्रेडिक्शन आल्सो यू कैन डू from the this deep learning and machine learning. So you will get an idea कि whether your molecule will be safe or not, and once it is will give the toxicity data, So again you will get an idea कि भाई cardioprotective है या cardiac toxicity create कर रही है. So how we will develop the formulation and how will you transfer this data to the company so they will make a very safe and effective formulation with the proper care and the proper announcement and all. So this is again because being a formulation scientist तो नहीं बोलूंगी, but it is a very near to my heart. So the pharmaceutical formulation, it is taking a very much important role in optimization of the formulation. Recently we have organized one 2 days simulation workshop in Devsaru. So that was also an eye opener for the students, and they got a we can say the notice कि only doing the work on the computer on ChatGPT, nothing is going to be happen. They have to have a very we can say the technically sound and the AI tool skilled. So there are a lot of tools are available in the formulation optimization. So design experts के बाद भी there are so many softwares they are there, like Dizo State है, JBM है, Minitab है, and so many softwares are there. Gastro Plus hai. So all they are taking a very much important role in the formulation designing, and that's why R&D में अब job नहीं है, because half of the work has been done by the software. So it is very much, and it is a time to learn all the softwares and to incorporate those softwares in your M.Pharm thesis or in your we can say the PhD thesis. Then only you will be a part of the pharma industry or in the job. So this is all the from my side in drug delivery. All we have covered, and box Bentham and the drug optimization tools. Drug formulation tools. Everybody must be knowing. This is a long back. 50 years back, Lackman has made in the that pharmaceutical statistics में उन्होंने इस चीज का जिक्र किया था कि optimization of the formulation and the critical process parameter and the critical material attributes in long back, that is a 50 years or 60 years back, the Lackman has mentioned all those things in optimization chapter. Although we have ignored at that time, but now this is a time we have to have to make ourselves to venture into the different type of the tools. So all these are from my side, future perspective in all the areas, not even a single area in the pharmaceutical field which is untouched by the AI. So चाहे वो clinical trial हो, preclinical हो, pre-formulation हो, all the things which we have to do from the AI, then only we will get a some successful pathway, and we will get something positive. So these are the some references which I have incorporated in my presentation. So thank you so much for patient listening, and thank you again for giving me this opportunity, for opening my eye also ki there are the many of the things which we can learn, which we can think. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for the
Thank you, ma'am.
detailed deliberations, and I believe that the participants will definitely be benefited out of it, and they are open for the questioning also if they have any. However, I believe Dr. Akhil must have prepared.
Yes, sir. Sir, the questionnaire has been prepared.
Ma'am, thank you very much for it. We will definitely take advantage of you as and when required.
Thank you.
As past we are taking, and in future also we will take your help. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. I am not a. Thank you so much, and very humbly I am accepting. I am not an AI expert, but after reading this, I came to know there are a lot of things which we can do with our students. Also, we can also learn. So there is no end of the continuous learning. So thank you so
No,
much.
ma'am, definitely. But whatever you have said, that was excellent. We all of us, I believe, very few of us or the newcomers must have been aware about the AI, as we are the people of the old school. Whatever we have learned from you, definitely it will add our future knowledge, and we will definitely learn many other things, the tools available. So we have to impart, otherwise we will be lagging. And as per the pharmacy curriculum, it is a mandatory. So all of us have to. Thank you very much once again.
Okay. Should I leave? Okay.
Ma'am,
Akhil,
we have
anything
a
else?
question. Ma'am,
Certificate?
we have a question from our participant that please suggest some software which we are using in drug discovery, AI softwares.
AI softwares, I have given the list, but software, I am not an AI expert. I have already told you. But regarding the formulation, like a analysis, mein like a Schrodinger, everybody is using, but Schrodinger is a company, and a lot of softwares are there. Like Professor Shehrar also can say, so many softwares are there which we can use in the synthesis also, which we can use in the formulation development also. So, like in case of formulation development, and like admit absorption, distribution, and the like metabolism and all. So we are using a Gesto Plus. We can make a which are very much important software. JBM is again another software which we can use for that. And design expert is another expert. All we know. And design expert mein there are again so many softwares are there, tools are there which we can learn and which we can optimize the formulation. तो आज की डेट में तो डीजो है, मिनी टैब है, देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स वी कैन लर्न. बट द थिंग इज दैट लाइक पाइथन इज द टाइटल है, और पाइथन जो है वो हमने ऐड भी किया है फर्स्ट सेम के लोगों के लिए, बिकॉज जो एक्सेल शीट है, लाइक कंप्यूटर में सबसे पहले तो एक्सेल आना चाहिए बच्चों को. दैट आई केम टू नो कि एवरीबडी शुड नो अबाउट दैट, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट you know about the data and all, how to analyze, how to feed, and what type of the data you want to put, because data is playing a very very important role. and जब तक आपके पास डेटा स्ट्रांग नहीं होगा, आपके पास कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. तो सबसे पहले आपको डेटा की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, देन ओनली यू कैन गो एंड बाय द सॉफ्टवेयर एंड द टूल्स एंड ऑल. बट आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आपको डेटा क्या फीड करना है, वो टूल भी कुछ नहीं करेगा.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are done with the question.
So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please wait. We sincerely appreciate you for accepting our invitation and taking the time to join us, ma'am. And as a token of our gratitude and appreciation, we are pleased to present your certificate of appreciation and a virtual memento on the screen. Ma'am, this is the certificate
you.
of appreciation.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
this one is the ma'am memento, and this memento and appreciation certificate soft copy we will provide you shortly on your email, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you so much, ma'am, for joining
Okay, thank
and
you. Thank you so
sharing your
much.
best of the knowledge. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am.
Okay.
We now move towards the second and final technical session of our faculty development program. It is my great pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Ramanpreet Walia, Professor, Amity University of Pharmacy, Amity University, Noida. Ma'am is a distinguished academician, researcher, and intellectual property right expert with over 21 years of teaching experience in pharmaceutical education and research. She currently served as a professor and center head pharmaceutical chemistry at the Amity University, Amity Institute of Pharmacy, Noida. Her area of expertise include phytochemistry, synthetic chemistry related to diabetes, obesity, and associated disorders, analytical chemistry, and intellectual property rights. Throughout her career, she has worked extensively at the interface of drug discovery, innovation management, and translational research, while actively promoting patent awareness and innovation in pharmaceutical sciences. Ma'am is a registered patent agent recognized by the Government of India and has received specialized training in intellectual property rights through prestigious programs, including the Women Scientist Scheme under TIFAC Department of Science and Technology. She is also a certified IP facilitator and has earned professional certification from the World Intellectual Property Organization. Her outstanding academic contributions have earned her several honors, including the Best Teacher Award, Best Coordinator Award, and Best Team Leader Award. She has delivered numerous invited lectures and national and international platforms on topics such as pharmaceutical entrepreneurship, intellectual property right, patent strategies, and herbal medicine innovation. As a dedicated mentor, ma'am has successfully guided numerous undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral scholars through her research publication, book chapter, patents, and academic leadership. She continues to inspire the next generation of pharmaceutical professionals and researchers. Today's session is on the topic on behavioral psychology and mental health in healthcare education. Ma'am, we are truly honored and delighted to have you with us today to share your expertise, experience, and valuable perspective.
Thank you so much for such an elaborate CV. I'm honored at this platform, and I thanks to Dr. Akhil Sharma from P.R.S. Educational Society for inviting me to this event and giving me the chance to share my thoughts. And I extend my thanks to Shreyas sir also from Jamia Hamdard for always coordinating such a brilliant events. So the topic which has been assigned to me is today about the behavioral skills. Although my expertise area is entrepreneurship, but that's definitely we focus behavioral skills in entrepreneurship as well as in IPR, because generally the thought processes are very important if the students have some ideas. So that topic has been given. I'll try my best to make it understand as well as interacting also. So if you give the permission, I'll just share my slides.
Ma'am, you have permission. Please share your screen.
Just
Hi,
one.
ma'am. Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon.
Good afternoon,
ma'am.
sir. Good afternoon.
Good to see you once again, and thank you for accepting our request. Thank you so much for being here, and definitely the students will be benefited from your insights, because previously also we took great advantage, and I'm sure that this time also it will be beneficial to all of us.
Sure, sir. I'll try my level best to.
I understand you will do best of best. Thank you very much for accepting our request, and please go ahead. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Right, sir. I'll just share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the topic which has been assigned to me is behavioral psychology and mental health for the healthcare education. Being a education experts, being a healthcare professionals, behavior of the person who is handling the prescription, who is handling the patient psychology is also one of the very important tool. Nowadays, what PCI has also changed the syllabus is about the outcome based learning, where psychology of the patient is also very important. So whenever we as a healthcare professional we counsel the patient, there must be few things which we should kept in the mind. So I have added few things like about the personality traits, behavioral responses, psychology, emotions, and what teaching approaches should be there to help in the mental health of the peers as well as the patient. If you have a chance to counsel the patients, how the socio-cultural factors are there which can guide the patients, how to analyze various factors so that the medication adherence is very much important, specifically in the medication which is very important for them. So, and then effect of yoga on mental health as well as some of the procedures of the lab experiments as well. So, about some of the parts which I'll cover is human development, personality traits, interventions, what are the socio-cultural and behavioral factors, and what will be the yoga impacts. I'll go a little fast because there are few things which we understand, but only thing is how we can relate with our day-to-day things that will more focus. So if we talk about the behavioral psychology, that means how we think, how we feel, and how we behave. Three things are interrelated with each other. Whatever thoughts come in our mind, we start feeling that way. If you'll have a negative thoughts, you'll start feeling negative. If you'll have positive thoughts, you'll start feeling positively, and accordingly we'll act. Accordingly, whatever our behavior will be there, so that will be the result of our thoughts, which can be rational as well as irrational. There are various theories which I'll keep on discussing in my further slides. So mental health will be including the emotional, psychological, social well-being, and same way we can have interrelationship with our peers, with the patients, and then we can have a decision making, and we can have a impact on the relationship as well. Then we have to target the patients. If we are counseling the patients, we must be having to focus on the patient's beliefs as well, how they are emotionally, whether they are emotionally weak or whether they are emotionally strong about their disease, what cultural thought process they have, how they are coping with the strategy, so that the medical adherence, our focus as a healthcare professional in pharmacy should be having a focus on the patient's medication adherence. If the a person will be able to take the medication with adherence, he is going to get the results, that is his well-being. If he is not going to do that, definitely he will not be having a good well-being. So we should be focused on how the effective patient-centered counseling can be done, and how the holistic care can be taken by other means as well. Now, what are the psychological cares which we want to bridge? Because we are focused on outcome-based, learning, so that we can connect the disease pathology with the patient mind, how he is thinking. Say the person, if he is having a lifestyle disorder, he will be having a different thought process. If he will be having a life-threatening disorder, so the psychology will be definitely different. So we have to focus on how we can connect with the patient in such a way that his mind can be deviated from the irrational thoughts and behavior, and then later on the results shapes. Sometimes we know, in pharmacy we have a placebo. We everyone know the word placebo. It is without a medication, still the person start feeling that yes, I am okay. So this is what psychology plays a role when we connect patient with the thought process. Shapes trust and communication. Now, if you are convinced that you will be able to convince the patient, definitely you can build a trust, and with a better communication you can have a good patient relationship also. So then that will improve the adherence. Again, if we talk about the word adherence, it means the medication adherence, so that the patient can have full medication adherence, and then the treatment can be done properly. Reduces any stigma and burnout. If he is having any thought process, any thoughts which are not required, so definitely we have to focus on that thoughts as well, and that has to be taken out from his mind by counseling as well as communication. Now, if I talk about human development, which is lifelong process, it will be physical, cognitive skills, how we think, emotional, social changes from conception to old age. Every stage we have a thought process. Even a child, an infant, newly born child start having a thought process, because he is also having brain. He or she is also having brain to the old age. But yes, at every stage the thought processes will be different. Now, the stages of life from the conception to old age, and if we have a different developmental milestones, that this is my stage of life, how I am thinking about that stage, it can impact the individual's growth, learning, behavior, as well as overall health. We'll see in future slides how it is going to impact. As a healthcare provider, what will be your thought processes? As per the age appropriate care, we can address, and we can communicate with them according to the need of the patients, according to their age. How the personality is being impacted? We have a stable patterns of thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and behaviors with time. With the once we are having certain, we have attained a certain age, the stable pattern of thoughts come. Earlier, we have a very variation in thoughts, but later on we have a quite clear thought process that can result in better genetic, environmental, cultural, and life experiences. Again, as a healthcare professional, what is your thing will be? If you will be mentally more stable about his disease, about his medication, you will communicate effectively and start recognizing the individual from one person to another person, what type of care he will be required, and we will more focus on the personalized counseling as well, right? As in the case personalized medication is there, similarly the personalized patient centered care can be there. Then there are various theories about the behavioral science. One is the cognitive based theory, which is having thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Like this type of CBT triangle study is very much important if the patient is suffering from any nervous disorders, like panic disorder is there, depression, anxiety, uh, uh, this obsessive compulsive disorder, that is OCD, or any post trauma stress is there, schizophrenia is there, or insomnia is there, where we can relate his thoughts and feelings with his behavior, and we can modulate it. This CBT says that is a cognitive behavioral theory. The abbreviation is cognitive behavior theory. It is a psychological theory which impact the thoughts and feelings, and then we can impact the behavior. We can modulate that way, so that the person who has a trauma, he will be having a thought that whether I'll be recovered or not. Definitely medication will be there, but if you'll have a counseling, oh, you are getting normal day by day, you are improving, है ना? So he'll start having that type of feelings. So communication will really address whatever thoughts he is having, and accordingly he'll start the changes in his behavior. Yes, I'm improving, I'm getting better. With a strong willpower, he will be able to cope up very nicely. There are two psychological theories which actually focus on a patient centered care. One is REBT and the other is CBT. As I have explained, CBT and REBT is also there. There is one theory which is called as rational emotive behavior theory, which is focused on ABC model. It is being given by Albert, and it is about activating the event, what actually trigger you, what is the belief, what is the thought process, and how is that going to impact you. That is consequences of that. It will be irrational beliefs. Sometimes the beliefs will be rational. I'm going to give this presentation, I don't know whether I'll do it or not, है ना? I'm going to do this presentation, but maybe some small mistakes can be there, है ना? So this is how you think, whether it is a rational thought which is coming in your mind, which is an irrational thought coming in your mind. A person, I'll just give an example. For example, a patient is having diabetes. He start having beliefs that, oh, this is a lifestyle disorder. Now with this age, so I know I'm going to get diabetes, but take with proper medication, with adherence with the diet, lifestyle, I'm going to cope up with this very easily. Irrational belief that sugar, oh, I have got sugar, now it is going to impact my kidney, it is going to impact my other body parts, it is going to have weakness in my nerves and many other things, and maybe later on uh, some more complications. So that are the rational beliefs or irrational beliefs which can be there, and we can target that as well. So we can challenge the demands, whatever rigid demands they have in the thought process, how we can you communicate, and how we can change that irrational thoughts into the rational thoughts. This understanding, this thought process starts in your mind when you are a infant. So from since conception to the old age, thoughts will never stop, है ना? That will impact your growth, your experiences, your personality will change, and your well-being will be also impacted by that. Now, Erickson has given many stages about the psychosocial development and health behavior. Infancy, in the child, in the age when infant is there, they have a trust versus mistrust. Now, trust versus mistrust at the time of birth, the child is not known about if he is having a free fall. He knows that someone is there to hold, है ना? Even if we'll just pick him up and at little more height. So, but the child knows that yes, somebody is going to hold me and I'll not fall. That is what? That is a hope and trust, and give a social thought process that I am safe in my father or my mother's hand. That is the thought process which is in infants. Early childhood will be autonomy versus shame. Can I do it myself? Right? Can I do it myself? If I have to do any work at the stage of 3 years, uh, oh, I'm going to eat myself, but yes, I'm going to spill it on my clothes, and that is going to bring me shame. But if you are able to eat properly, even if with the spilling, and everyone says, oh, that's so good that you are eating by your own hands at the age of 3 years or 2 years. So that is what going to do is it will be showing your willpower that now I am having the independence. In the case of preschool or during the initiative in the beginning of your years of preschool, you have an initiative versus guilt. Can I take this initiative? Now I'm grown up. I can pack my bag. Other day, what you feel is that you some book is missing from your bag in the school, and you started having guilt. No, no, of next time onwards, my mama will pack my bag. Right? That is again a preschool thought process. What is the purpose? Your mom will say, no issues, beta. If you have missed this book today, next time please make sure that you keep it. What is going to do is you are having a confidence to explore. Yes, I am able to do my backpacking. I'm just taking the examples, very small examples, so that you can relate with your ages as well. Then school age, where you are having industry versus inferiority. Can I succeed? Now at this stage you are having a competence. When you think that now it is I'm in the eighth class, I'll be having a board exam, I have to compete with many others. Will I succeed? So yes, achievement and skills will be getting more and more at the stage of 4. Right? Now the adolescence come, where you have your own identity. Who am I? You will get your identity, where you will be having many roles, many confusions. Maybe this is suitable for me, and that the age comes when you start having your liking, disliking. So you have some confusion. So and so person is good for me. So and so person is bad for me. Whether I have to stick with them or not. So that is giving you more strength and fidelity at this age. Then young adult is there. Now you have liking about people, where intimacy versus isolation is there. You start finding that yes, this person is having more liking towards me, and later on I can think of planning my future with her or him. Versus isolation, you start disconnecting with people. So these are, two different sides of the coins of the psychological development, where you can relate these with the patient counseling as well, where people will be having one thought as a trust, the other will be about the mistrust. Then in the middle adult, generativity versus stagnancy. One age will come around 50, where you will think, now the life is very stagnant. What should I do different? What should I achieve more? So you will have more thought process about the productivity, about more and more results, how I can contribute to have less stagnancy in my life in later age. That is above, if I can say, about 60, about 65 years of age, you will be having more issues about the integrity versus despair, where you will think about wisdom more. Now wisdom is what? There are two thought process. One is when people think that yes, I've achieved everything. Now I have to accept and I should feel, life satisfaction. Or other thing is that you start thinking about despair. Oh, this is still pending. I'm grown up now. I'm so aged. I'm not able to do, and I have that despair that I have not achieved this. So that is again two side of the coin, where in the later age of the adulthood also you start thinking that so and so is missing. Now these this is a table which I've already explained to you, that is at aging level what is going to happen, what should be the health. Now if I relate these thought process what I've conveyed in the previous slide, what should be the healthcare focus? The maternal nutrition and antenatal natal care when you are handling any infant, if you are having that is conception age, sorry, in the infanthood, you should be counseling about the vaccination. Please don't miss vaccination as a pharmacist. Breastfeeding nutrition, you should guide about them. And in the early childhood, you must be counseling about the nutrition. The children should have dental care, any injury prevention and all. What is the vision screening which is required in the middle childhood? What should be the behavioral assessment? Please go through the behavioral assessment also, about the mental health counseling and sexual health, because now the child is in the adolescent age, early adulthood. So you have to modify your lifestyle. Generally in the early adulthood, students start smoking. So we have to counsel them that this and this lifestyle modification you have to do, otherwise you'll get diseases, and a preventive care. And then health screening from time to time in the middle adulthood, from the 40 to 65 age year, as well as stress management. And in the older adulthood, what should you counsel? You should counsel on the fall prevention, medication review, social support, etc. So in these various stages, so implication for the illness and recovery, what will be that? The trust and autonomy in the early childhood with the medical, so that the medical procedure response can be there. In the school age, self-efficacy, so that health routines is being followed, risk behaviors to be guided, and then accordingly the decisions can be taken. If any social support is being required, so in young adulthood, it's actually required. In middle adulthood, we should be focused on how the caregivers have to be, giving counseling, so that they are able to take the good care of the persons who are living with them in the in the aged age group. And then in the late adulthood, dignity is very important. You are in the adult agehood, many new complications will be there. They will not be able to sometimes pick their things up. So make them feel that yes, even if you don't pick up, we are there for your support. Making them feel comfortable will actually change their behavior. Major personal theories. Now, I have explained there are two theories about the psychology. One is CBT and the other is REBT. So then there are other theories which are also being given by various psychologists. One is the trait theory. That is more in the beginning, about the personality when it's being developing, such as openness, your openness to learn, your consciousness. Anna, this is wrong, this is right. I should not cheat. As a student, what student should think, I should not cheat. That is my consciousness. I should not do this thing. Extraversion, you're open to learn, right? Then agreeableness. If somebody is teaching you so and so, you should agree to that. You should not be always stubborn that no, whatever I am saying is right. You have more emotional stability, because it is a stage when you are getting your traits. Then later on, the psychoanalytical theory, which is being given by Sigmund Freud, okay, he focused on there are three parameters about the personality. One is id, second is ego, then third is superego. Now there are things is id. Id is I want it now. The personality is yes, this is my requirement and I want it now. And that is one thought. Ego is when you are having some reality and you are thinking about the decision making for the same, right? That I want to do it, I'll do it, right? That is your ego, that I can do it. Super ego, your super ego will be your conservance or your thought process about that it is my morality, I am so grown up, I'll be able to do it very easily. So that is your super ego, where now you can focus on more of your morality. Like if I talk, a person should be honest, it is ego. But I cannot be dishonest. How can I? I have this. I have this tag on myself. So that is super ego. I too can't think about dishonesty. So that is called as super ego. If I compare ego with super ego, then there is. So this is given by the psychoanalytical theory, which was being given by Sigmund. So then there is a humanistic theory which emphasizes on self-concept, personal growth, and self-actualization. Now people are sometimes naturally motivated. They have a concept that I can do so and so, and they start working in that direction only to have a personal growth, right? But if I talk about entrepreneurship, if I talk about self actualization, only few people in the pyramid are there who are focused that yes, I have to achieve my goal and I will work in that direction. And only few of them, whatever they have thought, they will achieve it. That is the stage of self actualization. By it will be by supportive thought process as well, by acceptance as well, or by empathy. If the persons who are surround if you are surrounded by people who will be always having empathy towards you, no, you are really doing good, you will achieve this, they are always motivating you. With their acceptance, your acceptance, you are going to achieve self actualization, which is not being done by everyone. Because many a times when we are treating any patient, when we are counseling any person, we will feel that sometimes, many of times, we are having a negative thought process to them. If they say, I can do this business, will demotivate. No, no, it is not in your hands. You will not be able to do it. You will not be able to achieve it. So that is where self actualization will never achieve unless and until you have acceptance about what someone is saying. Maybe that can be your own child also. Okay, so that is about empathy, about the unconditional thought process, as well as it will lead to congruence or incongruence. Congruence is when you think that, yeah, this was your goal and I am going to 100% achieve it, right? Where you are thinking that, yes, you were honest and you are doing each and everything honestly. So that is your real self and your ideal goals as well. And if they are having a gap between your real self versus your reality, versus your ideal theory, then that is the incongruence in the humanistic theory. Then there is social learning theory as well, which is given by the Albert. It is about the observation, modeling, reinforcement, and self-efficient. Now, observations. Who is role model? You are thinking about that someone is my role model, and I start working in that direction to achieve what I'm thinking. You keep on doing so that you can reinforce them, and you have a self-efficacy. There is one very important model which was given by Albert Bandura also. That was a Bobo doll experiment, where the Bobo doll experiment, according to Albert, was it was being done on small children, where they are given the parents are given dolls, and they are sometimes they are pampering the dolls, sometimes they are kicking the dolls. Later on, some children are sitting in front of them and they are observing each and everything. After some times, they start doing that with the dolls. They start having aggressive nature if they have seen their parents kicking the doll and not handling it properly. If they see their parents handling the doll with a very nice manner, pampering them with a good handling, so they start behaving that way. So this is the theory which was being given by Albert, that whatever we do, generally the age group, some people age group start having same type of behavior. That is called as social learning theory, and they have the self efficacy towards it. Now, big five personality trait is, if you are openness to achieve, which is being done, which is being discussed in the previous style as well. That is a trait theory. If you are having openness, that will be by your curiosity, you are willing to do, you are creative, and consciousness. No, I'll have discipline towards it. I'll adhere to my roles and responsibilities. Extraversion, you are socially very comfortable with everyone. You are extrovert. You are more likely to speak. Agreeableness, cooperative with other people, and you will be having good relationship with your parents, peers, as well as patients. If you are having an agreeable nature. And neuroticism, emotional instability, which is linked with your anxiety, and then you have to think about the symptom amplification also. Behavioral responses can be associated with illness. If you're handling the patient, denial is very common. If you talk to them, I'm perfectly, you have to bring to that thought process by having these theories, so that the denial is very less. If the denial will be less, what is going to happen is they will have more medical adherence. They will be having more medication adherence. They will stick to take their medication. If they'll say that I'm perfectly healthy, they'll not take medication. Generally, even the PP patients, मेरा तो आज बीपी ठीक है, मेरे को बीपी की जरूरत ही नहीं है मेडिसिन खाने की, मेरा शुगर ठीक है, आज जरूरत ही नहीं है ना. So denial, anger, patients may become frustrated or they start blaming it to others. Whatever happened is due to someone else. मैं बीमार नहीं हो सकता था, ये तो मतलब ऐसा हुआ कि मेरे को बहुत सारा स्ट्रेस हो गया. सो है ना, दैट इज दे स्टार्ट गेटिंग फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. व्हाट दे रिक्वायर इज दे रिक्वायर इमोशनल सपोर्ट. है ना. देन फियर, a fear of pain, fear of disability, fear of by financial burden, death, which is generally very common in patients. What you want, what as a healthcare provider, what you have to do is you have to manage with their fear. You have to counsel them. You give the accurate information. Now, knowledge is very important. Hai na? If you'll not have a thorough knowledge, you'll guide them wrong. If you'll have proper knowledge, what you'll say is, this will be having very less ADR. Don't worry. It will cause a little distress, but yes, you will be 100% fine if you'll take this medication. Please don't stop that medication. Chote side effects say that will be gone. Give reassurance again. Every time he comes, आपको अच्छा थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो रही है, कोई बात नहीं, एक बार डॉक्टर से ये वाली बात पूछ लो, but reassure them that you will be fine. Anxiety about the palpitation, उनका कभी ऐसा लगता है उनको बहुत स्वेट हो गया, इंसोमनिया हो गया, palpitation हो गया, है ना. These are also side effects, but how to handle them? You have a effective communication with them. You should be communicating them and you should be guiding them कि अच्छा palpitation ज्यादा है तो आप एक बार डॉक्टर को दोबारा दिखाओ, है ना. गिव द प्रॉपर रेफरेंस. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा सा है, विच यू नो दैट इज अ साइड इफेक्ट ऑफ दैट मेडिकेशन, विच इज वेरी लेस अमाउंट, मिनिमल रिस्क इज देयर, सो गाइड देम. डिप्रेशन, that is about loss of interest, it is about fatigue, hopelessness, है ना. So again, the counseling, adherence to medication is very important. Acceptance, है ना. Acceptance means positive outlook. If you'll guide them with a positive outlook, definitely they will be having a better cooperation, they will be having improved treatment adherence, and they'll get cured very easily. So some are, the further part is positive behavior versus negative behavior. If they'll have positive behavior, they will have more motivation, they'll stick to treatment, they will have more self-care, they will have goal setting, that after this milestone I have to be cured. And then definitely the family participation is very much important. The family emotional practical support is required along with your counseling. What will be the negative impact? Non-compliance. They will not stick to medication. They will isolate them. They'll not start coming to you. Fear of lapse, because they are not having response. They are not more focused on what medication is giving the response. Rather, they will worry of maybe even after taking medication, my disease will return back. Learned helplessness. They have started thinking about that I'm very helpless. I don't know whether recovery will be there or not. At this stage, your role will be very important. When they have a negative thought process, you start bringing them to the positive thought process. Dependency becomes overly reliant in caregivers. They think that on the daily based activities, I should not be dependent on them. If they are becoming dependent, start motivating them. Please start walking 2 steps. Start taking small things on your own, so that negative behavior should go. Then there are mechanisms, coping versus adaptive versus maladaptive, where the denial should be taken back. You should be more focused as a healthcare provider. You should be more focused on their solving problems, plan their thought processes. You should you can guide them to take social as well as professional support if your counseling is not sufficient. Avoidance of care should be avoided. positive reframing of the situation. You start reframe to them that you are taking medication, you will be getting fine. If you think that symptoms are getting worse, then definitely the medical support is required. Then only the pharmacy person will not be able to do it. But you try to reframe. If the symptoms are more, a doctor medical help is required, and maybe a psychologist help is required. Mindfulness and acceptance based strategies plan for them, है ना, so that they will be having more acceptance rather than aggression or withdrawal from the medical support. Various interventions are there where you can focus their beliefs, their customs, traditions. Only focuses that you as a pharmacist, you have to focus that take medication on time. Take the prescribed schedule. If it's being written morning, evening, please take it morning, evening. You will be better. Your BP will be better. Your other symptoms will be better. Follow the doctor advice and give a better treatment outcomes. So that they should be adhering to the medication. Okay, so we will be how we can do it by the cognitive CBT theory, which we have discussed in the previous slides. We can motivate by collaborative conversations with you, doctor, as well as a psychologist. Mindfulness based interventions so that the stress can be decreased and you can improve their thought process. Psychoeducation, which you can't do, definitely a psychologist is being required. A basic counseling you can do about the medication, about the side effects if they are having small side effects such as acidity and so on. But if the person is requiring more psychological education, definitely you have to align with the psychologist. Then behavioral activation, re-engage the patients that you are really very important. You are important for your family. You please start changing your thought process. You will be fine. Then there is socio-cultural beliefs. Cultural belief is that I cannot take this diet. I can't take egg. So you shape their attitude towards mental health. You say about, yes, if you're not going to take this, take the protein in some other way, because they have a cultural beliefs. Religious and spiritual effects. So effect of treatment choices, whether I can go for transfusion or whether I can go for fasting. Okay, so because that also influences diet, therapy, etc. So respect their beliefs and communicate accordingly. Family structure and social support. You please guide the caregivers as well to give the proper emotional and financial support. Generally, when we go to a doctor for any treatment, we think we always go with someone. If we are suffering, we always go with someone, because doctor counsel you as well as your family member, right? And that is very much required, because the caregiver, apart from the medical staff, being a pharmacist, being a medical person, or being a caregiver, all the three should be aligned so that the person can get cured very easily. Education and health literacy. You should be having very thorough subject knowledge before you are communicating to the patient. Socio-economical status. If a person is having some issues with the treatment because it is expensive, or maybe about the nutrition, so you link them with the support companies or NGOs so that that can be taken care as per the occupation, because stress and hazards and injuries are more, so you can guide them accordingly so that they can avoid. If you think that a person is in a welding company, so what you guide, please don't do it without goggles. If the person is having more prone to injury areas, please wear a full big gloves or whatever PP is being suggested. Environmental factors are there, air and water pollution, poor housing sanitation, so where increased risk of infectious diseases are there, so guide them accordingly. And then media and social media. If you have pamphlets about the communication, so that you can communicate, and you can give some good pamphlets, you can give some social media links so that you can guide them to take care about your day-to-day diseases like life, even the diabetes, so that they can have good information rather than misinformation. When one very important thing is that misinformation is very bad rather than a good information. So if you are having proper education, you will be always giving a proper information rather than the misinformation. So then biopsychological models of health about the genetic physiology, disease pathology, you should be aware about it. Psychological needs about the emotions, coping. This we have almost done. Emotions, coping, where the maladaptive or versus adaptive processes are done in coping. Social, that is the connect with the family, community, with the persons who are suffering same disease. You can connect with them, the persons with are having diseases. So these are the bio-psycho social models, so that the persons who are having disease can be taken care. That can result in positive as well as negative health behavior. They'll start more focused if you'll connect with them. They'll start doing exercises, balanced nutrition, vaccination, hand hygiene, stress management, rather than their negative health behaviors which they were pursuing earlier, such as poor diet, alcohol misuse, smoking. So outcome is now outcome. What is the outcome? They will reduce disease risk if they'll have a positive thought process with the help and support of yours. And if they'll have a negative thought process, what is going to impact is their cardiovascular system. They'll get obesity, they'll have chronic disorders, they'll have diabetes or lifestyle disorders. So that is also dependent upon what behavior you are having towards yourself. So this is about the same things is being explained in a little elaborate manner, but we will be having constraint of time, so we'll not discuss each and everything, except you can understand that personality which we have done earlier, that individual traits, attitude about something is very important. And then different age process, different thought process. You should be focused on what is the family support, what is the severity of illness if it is there, what is the economic conditions. Factors which influence the patient behavior, and what are the common behavioral responses during illness. They'll have denial, fear, anxiety, which we have done earlier as well. And sometimes they also start doing self medication. No, I'll not go to doctor because he charges so much. I'll do it. I'll take my medication by my own. So this can be the avoidance. Medical adherence is very much important. We have discussed it very many times. I've used this word. If you will be communicating with them, they will have a medication adherence, and then the proper treatment will be done. If the proper medical adherence will be not there, it is going to cause mortality. It is going to have hospitalization. It will cause worse disease. It can worsen the disease, and so on. Importance of medical adherence versus non-adherence is the disease progression is there, increased adverse effects are there, increased healthcare expenditure. If you'll guide the person कि अभी तो तुम पैसे बचा रहे हो, but बाद में ये disease बढ़ गई तो आपके बहुत ज्यादा पैसे लग जाएंगे. So they will start thinking that way, where how you will communicate with them. And what is factors which affect the medical adherence? There are patient-related adherence, therapy-related factors, disease-related factors, socio-economical or healthcare systems, which we have covered in the previous slides as well. If I'll just few points I'll discuss. For example, patient-related, whether the person is normal or he is having some depression, poor health literacy, and a forgetfulness. So every time the communication have to be different. If there is a therapy related disorders factors, so you can guide them properly about ADR, about the unpleasant doses forms, etc. If they have disease related factors, some person is having chronic diseases, mental health, so we have to guide them accordingly so that they should not perceive anything wrong. Healthcare system factors are there, so that can be due to medication shortage, high treatment costs is there. So with the communication, you can again guide them that you can take the support from this and this agency. They will take care of your finances. And then socioeconomic factors such as poverty. They are taking medication, but they are not able to take diet. They are not having a education that I need this food as well because of poverty and other things. So again, you can connect with them with the agencies where they are helping for the socioeconomical below social BPL line people as well. Common barriers to medication adherence we have done, that is cultural beliefs, limited healthcare facility, forgetfulness, etc. Our role as a healthcare professional, patient education and awareness by communicating, by removing the stigmas. No, you can get well, you can do this better. Shared decision making with patients. Your medical counseling is very much important. You guide it every time. Simple medication instruction. Please take it with water. Don't take it empty stomach. It's required at night. है ना? So simple medication instruction. You are no doctor. Definitely, you don't behave like a doctor because you don't have that education. But about the medication instructions, you can give it very properly, है ना? Because the pharmacist can do it. Reminder system. You have the apps and download in their mobiles. Please take water very much because being a BP patient, you require more water. So what you can do is you help them with putting a water reminder in their mobiles. है ना? You help them and you support them with the apps because nowadays their technology is also very much helpful for the patient. Family and caregiver support. You can guide them also. Regular follow-up and adherence monitoring about the medication. It is also your roles and responsibilities. Okay, so this is we done. Very important part is what else you can guide about health, because yoga is one of very important thing which is also going to affect the mental health and psychology, and you can guide them that few posters you please start doing on a daily basis. You pursue some asanas because also that is also going to impact your mental health. It will reduce your stress, anxiety and depression by doing physical postures, some asanas, breathing exercises, pranayam, which can have a good connect with mind, body and emotions, and you will have a holistic approach. है ना? As a pharmacist, definitely you can't guide them with all yoga asanas, but yes, you can briefly tell them if you start pursuing that along with the medication, it is going to further help. And start meditation. Start with keeping yourself calm for some time is going to also give you mental focus and emotional balance, and you will be having more good well-being. है ना? So understand the psychology and accordingly you can guide about the asanas, brief asanas, because you are not again a yogic person. Include their emotions, memory, thinking, है ना? And their mental health, how they feel, how they respond to life. है ना? So accordingly you say कि start doing some day-to-day yoga. You start walking slowly. Do meditation if you can't walk. है ना? थोड़ी देर के लिए आप कुछ नहीं करो, निद्रा आसन कर लो, shavasana कर लीजिए. Don't require anything, है ना? Just lie down calm for some time because they will also help their mental health and their behavior as well. How yoga affects the brain is, we know that cortisol is problem of many things. Cortisol can impact many ways, है ना? If cortisol is increased, that can affect the CVS system. They can affect the reproductive health. They can help the lifestyle and can cause diabetes. They can help they can cause the impact on brain, है ना? So because they act, if reduces cortisol is there, they can activate the parasympathetic nervous system. As yoga is definitely going to decrease cortisol, so all these can be taken care also with yoga, apart from the counseling sessions. It also increases GABA and serotonin level, dopamine level, and the thought process will start changing. Your cognitive function, your behavior will start improving. So this is how the yoga impacts. So it reduces stress. That means relaxation will be there. It improves mood. So you will be improving your depression. It increases self-awareness. If you are doing meditation, that will connect with mind soul. So self-awareness will be there. So your emotional burnout, my mental fatigue will be less. Self-confidence. So improve overall psychology if you do the yoga. And yoga and psychological benefits, if you can guide them to do Hatha yoga, pranayam, meditation, give the simple guidelines about doing it. Yoga, nidra, shavasana. Because so these have some impact on the mental health, and that mental health will cause overall well-being. If they will be more focused on their mental health, they'll start taking medication on a daily basis. अरे मैं तो बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, थोड़ा सा और मेडिकेशन खाऊंगा तो अच्छा हो जाऊंगा, है ना? So what is going to happen is, because we are targeting with their counseling, we are targeting with basic yoga, with the meditation, so that they feel stress free, and then they will be having more adherence to the medication as well. So these are some of the yogas which are really good for the persons who are having complications. That is Hatha yoga, some basic techniques of doing it. Then Shavasana, it's being very easy. So that just a relaxation of body is there. है ना? You will start thinking positive, है ना? Because you will be having a deep physical and mental relaxation. And then there are scientific evidence also. In 2011, the Harvard study was being done that the gray area increases if the person have more, yoga. So yoga can also improve the cognitive functions and brain health. And as a healthcare provider, you will find that with the communication, with the yoga, with the proper the balance of these, they will be having more medication adherence, and your role will be done. They are taking medication, they are getting cured, and your role is done. है ना? So that means yoga as well as the communication or the good counseling will be going to impact, and that will going to result in the better health. So what will be the applications of yoga? The rehabilitation will be there, but they will be having a better blood pressure and overall health, cardiovascular health. They will be having improved respiratory health if they'll do pranayam. If they'll do asanas, they'll have better musculoskeletal health by doing. If they are able to do Surya Namaskar, so they can add more asanas later on. Some worksheet. I just want to ask whether I can discuss it or not. It is interactive.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us just do this exercise. Anna, if you can, that is why I was little quick so that I can focus on this. If you have thoughts, if we just focus on CBT exercise, if you have thoughts, Anna, about any bad day, what thoughts can be there? है ना? एक कोई भी आपने अपनी लाइफ का एक बुरा दिन देखा, उसमें हुआ क्या था? You start thinking that day. What happened that day? Why did it happen? What was that which triggered that? मैंने बहुत बुरा सोचा उस दिन, मेरी लड़ाई भी होगी किसी के साथ, मेरे को ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, पर हुआ क्या था? अच्छा, उसने ऐसा पहले बोला था, that triggered, है ना? It was about the thoughts उस टाइम पे जो मेरे माइंड में आए, what was the feelings which were generated and how I behaved. So if you'll start writing this, what happened that day, if any bad thing happened, what happened that day, why it happened, how did it make me feel. अच्छा, उस दिन जब ऐसा हुआ था तो मैंने क्या सोचा था और मैंने ऐसा क्यों सोचा. हो सकता है उसका थॉट प्रोसेस अलग था, पता नहीं मैंने ज्यादा सोच लिया, है ना? I shouldn't have thought that way. What did I do when it happened? अच्छा, मैंने उसको क्या किया, मैंने उसको बहुत बुरा सुनाया. डिड आई हैंडल द सिचुएशन वेल? मैंने उसको बहुत सुनाया, बट पता नहीं वो मेरा फ्रेंड था, उसने मेरे को उस बात को बोला, मैं उसको और तरह से तो बोल सकता था ना. आई वुड हैव टेकन इट इन अ बेटर वे, आई वुड हैव हैंडल्ड द सिचुएशन वेल, है ना? इफ यू राइट दिस काइंड ऑफ वर्कशीट अबाउट योर थॉट, TFB, thought feeling behavior, you will be definitely, if next time that situation will come, you are going to handle it very properly. I'll just show the results. Now let us see the other side of CBT triangle. Identify the trigger of that day. Please write that day which was bad for you, about the thought. उस दिन आपने क्या सोचा, क्या बिहेव किया. Map the triangle by connecting the components. पहले आप ट्रिगर देखो. मेरे पास वो आया, उसने मेरे को ऐसे बड़ा बुरा बोला उस दिन, मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगा. आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग बैड. ठीक है, उस बैड फीलिंग में मैंने उसको एक दो अच्छे से सुना दी, वो मेरा बिहेवियर था. दैट वाज द कॉन्सिक्वेंस ऑफ दैट थॉट व्हिच केम. अगर मैंने सोचा होता कि उसने ये बात बोली थी, बट था तो मेरा फ्रेंड ही ना, आगे हमेशा कभी नहीं बोलता, हो सकता है उसके माइंड में कुछ और था, है ना? सो now map the triangle by connecting the components. Why it happened, what was the thought. Now add. मैंने उस दिन मेस कर दिया and I look very incompetent. मेरे को एक प्रेजेंटेशन देनी थी, मेरे टीचर ने कहा, पर मैंने अच्छे से नहीं दी, है ना? क्यों नहीं दी? मैं उस थॉट को याद करूंगा, क्योंकि एक दिन पहले मैं सोया नहीं था, मैंने प्रेजेंटेशन ठीक नहीं दी, और मेरे को एक दिन पहले रात को ये शुरू हो गया कि मेरी प्रेजेंटेशन तो ढंग से नहीं बनी. एज अ स्टूडेंट मेरी प्रेजेंटेशन ढंग से नहीं बनी, मेरे को तो बहुत घबराहट हो रही है. आई हैव अ पाउंडिंग हार्ट, आई हैव अ पैल्पिटेशन. रिजल्ट क्या हुआ, बिहेवियर क्या हुआ? नेक्स्ट डे यू मेस्ड अप विद द प्रेजेंटेशन. लेट अस डू द वाइस वर्सा। थॉट क्या आया, मैंने प्रेजेंटेशन बना ली है बट मेरे को इसमें से कुछ चीजें नहीं आ रही, ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, नेक्स्ट टाइम इससे बेटर दे दूंगा। अगर एक आध चीज मैं मिस भी कर गया तो सबको तो नहीं आता ना, कोई बात नहीं, मेरी फीलिंग चेंज हो जाएगी। आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट, आई गिव द प्रेजेंटेशन नाइसली। मेरे को कोई क्विक मतलब रेसिंग हार्ट नहीं होगा, मेरे को कोई डर नहीं लगेगा। बिहेवियर क्या होगा, प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छी होगी, कुछ पॉइंट्स होंगे जो रेज करेंगे है ना द पर्सन हु आर लिसनिंग टू दैट प्रेजेंटेशन, एंड दे विल गिव यू रिमार्क्स कि अच्छा ये थोड़ा ऐड कर लो, एंड यू विल बी so confident to give the presentation very nicely in the next time. Step 3 is challenge the negative and unhelpful thoughts. ठीक है, मैंने उस दिन जो सोचा था प्रेजेंटेशन बनाने टाइम, जब आप नेक्स्ट बनाओगे, कि मैंने ओवर थिंक कर रहा था, मैं ओवर जर्नलाइज कर रहा था कि मेरे को ही नहीं आता होगा, सबको आता होगा, है ना, मैंने मेंटल फिल्टरिंग कर दी, है ना, एंड आई जंप टू कंफ्यूजन। नाउ एवरीवन शुड हैव योर सीबीटी ट्रायंगल एंड डेवलप ऑल्टरनेटिव थॉट्स। ठीक है, ऑल्टरनेटिव थॉट्स क्या थे, मुझको ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए था, मैं अब नया मतलब मेरे को, मैं प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत अच्छी से कर सकता हूँ, है ना, नेक्स्ट टाइम आई विल मेक इट वेरी नाइसली। ये छोटे से एक दो कमेंट्स, मतलब एक दो उन्होंने सजेशंस दिए, एंड देन मेरे मन में न्यू थॉट्स आए, आई हैड न्यू फीलिंग्स कि आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट बेटर, I will start having a new behavior and that will result in a new you. If you will have focus on CBT triangle every time a problem comes, every time you have a bad thoughts, make your CBT triangle, have thought, feeling, behavior, and then add a new thought कि अच्छा इसका alternative क्या हो सकता है, मैं ये सोचता हूँ, and that will actually result in new you. I hope that is understood. And then you have alternate, one is CBT we discussed, one is REBT, that is rational emotional behavior theory, है ना। Now what activating that event, क्या ऐसा ट्रिगर हुआ था उस दिन, क्योंकि हमने रैशनल थॉट सोचने ना, इरेशनल भी सोच सकते हैं, रैशनल भी सोच सकते हैं, क्या थॉट हुआ था, क्या उस दिन एक्टिवेट किया, किस चीज ने मेरे को एक्टिवेट किया, मेरे पास इरेशनल थॉट आए, मेरा मन हुआ एक दो उसको आई शुड हैव स्लैप्ड, है ना, वो मेरा एक्टिवेटिंग इवेंट था, आई वाज ट्रिगर्ड बाय समथिंग, बिलीफ ये आए थे, थॉट्स ये आए थे, व्हाट वाज द फीलिंग, है ना, फीलिंग हो गई। अब एक्शन हो सकता था या एक्शन नहीं हुआ, मैंने सोचा था कि मैं उसको एक आई शुड हैव स्लैप्ड, ठीक है, बट इंटेंसिटी कम थी, इंटेंसिटी सिर्फ 20% थी, क्योंकि मैं इतना ट्रिगर नहीं हुआ, तो एक्शन क्या हुआ, मैंने सोचा बट आई हैव नॉट डन, ठीक है। एविडेंस फॉर द थॉट, think about what was the evidence of thought, what was against the thought, and what was more balanced view जब उस दिन आपके मन में आया था, when you activated to that, ठीक है। Now think a new effective belief on that, you will actually improve that way, है ना। You can have this kind of sheet by replacing the irrational thoughts with whatever come during your any trigger. Just see that trigger, something bad happened in the office, as a something bad happened in with your friends, something bad happened with your colleagues, have this REBT theory or CBT theory, what triggered me, I should have done better, मैंने ये किया, ये रैशनल इरेशनल बिहेवियर था, रैशनल बिहेवियर क्या होता, मैं इसको थोड़ा और अच्छे से कर सकता था, मैं उसको इतना नहीं बोलता उस टाइम, है ना, मे बी आई वुड हैव टेकन दैट इनटू वेरी पोलाइट मैनर, अच्छा उसने मेरे को गाइड ही तो किया था, क्या फर्क पड़ा, और मैंने उसको क्या बोल दिया कि तुमको ज्यादा आता है, तुम खुद तो इतना पढ़ते नहीं हो, मेरे को समझाने चले हो, मैंने तीन चार उसको बुरा बोल दिया, है ना, दैट वाज माय इरेशनल बिहेवियर, आई मेड सो मेनी मिस्टेक्स, है ना, आई वुड नॉट हैव डन इट, ठीक है, आई स्टार्टेड ब्लेमिंग माई सेल्फ, वो इरेशनल थॉट से, है ना। रैशनल थॉट्स क्या है, मैं अपने आप को ब्लेम नहीं करूंगा, एक गलती थी छोटी सी, आई विल इम्प्रूव, है ना। पीपल शुडंट ट्रस्ट मी, मेरे को लोग मतलब ट्रस्ट करते हैं या मेरे को ट्रस्ट नहीं करते हैं ना, वो आपके थॉट प्रोसेस है। माय बेस्ट मतलब बाय बेस्ट इज नॉट गुड इनफ, है ना, बिकॉज यू हैव नॉट रीच सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन, आप अभी कहाँ पे हो, यू आर नॉट हैविंग कॉन्ग्रुएंस अबाउट कि आपका रोल मॉडल ये है, आप कोशिश करो बट अचीव नहीं कर पा रहे हो, माय न्यू मी इज कमिंग माई सेल्फ, है ना, उसके लिए बट यू हैव टू स्ट्रगल, यू हैव टू वर्क हार्ड, ठीक है। सो दीज आर योर फॉल्टी थॉट्स वर्सेस रैशनल थॉट्स, यू कैन ऑलवेज मेक कि ये मैंने उस दिन किया बट रैशनल बिहेवियर उसके अंदर ये होना चाहिए था, ठीक है। सो दैट वे यू कैन, आई एम अ वीक पर्सन, and rational behavior is no, I'm not weak, I can handle this situation very well. अब मेरे को पता चल गया कि इसमें मैंने ये गलत किया, I would have done this, so I will be a new person when I'll handle that situation. Okay. So and then this is not just a part, just a experimental part जो हम लोग day to day उसमें करते हैं जब हम any antidepressant CNS medication check करते हैं. So we do it with the locomotor activity by using ectophotometer on rat or mice, or by assessing the motor coordination by using the rotor rod experiment. So to understand the medication, how it is going to impact. So we do the animal study as well in our pharmacy. So with this, that's all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Anyone have any query regarding manifestation? Please share. Ma'am, we have one question from Nishtha, BBD NIT. What
Yes,
kind of
please.
practical could be performed at B.Pharm level? How is psychology related to healthcare pharmacy, and what experiment can be designed to study this relationship?
Uh, for that, that's what I said. Na, we being not a psychologist, na, in a beginning level, definitely we can assess our psychology. As I've given few examples also, I've told the traits. And if you are focusing on your traits, first of all, you start thinking about openness about anything. And if you'll have curiosity, you'll have creating thinking, then you will start improving yourself कि अच्छा मेरे को कुछ different करना है, how I have to think out of the box, है ना, that is your psychological perspective, है ना. Then start doing other modeling. For example, if anything has triggered any day, है ना, start thinking कि अगर आपने उस दिन ये trigger नहीं करा होता, so how would you have taken care of that situation, है ना. At a B form level, definitely you can focus on yourself, or you can help your friends as well if you communicate properly. As I told about the humanist theory, where you can have unconditional thought process. You can guide any person if he is feeling low, if he is feeling even if you are feeling low, you start thinking about positive regard of that situation कि अच्छा मेरे साथ हुआ तो है, बट कोई बात नहीं, देखो होता तो कई लोगों के साथ बहुत कुछ है, बट आई शुड फील कि ठीक है, छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम आई, आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट, एंड आई टेक द हेल्प ऑफ माय, अगर मैं छोटा हूँ तो आई टेक द हेल्प ऑफ माय एल्डर्स, है ना. आई टेक द हेल्प ऑफ माय काउंसलर्स, आई मेंटर्स और माय टीचर्स इफ दे आर मोर यू नो,
कहाँ है ना
है ना.
भैया क्या देख रही थी
आप अपने गोल को फोकस
देखी
करो, एंड यू कैन डू सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन एट वन
क्लास
स्टेज.
चलेगी फिर
ठीक है, अगर आपको लगता है कि किसी सिचुएशन ने आपको वो करा, इम्पैक्ट किया है, अब आप बहुत ज्यादा सोचने लग गए हो, इरेशनल सोचने लगे हो, तो प्लीज गो बैक टू दैट सिचुएशन. आप सोचो कि कितना परसेंट आपने गलत सोचा उस दिन. अगर आपने ये 10% सोचा होता तो शायद ये सिचुएशन अलग होती. अब मेरे को उसको ठीक करना है. हाउ आई कैन डू इट? You can communicate. Sometimes going and communicating to the person with whom your relations are being spoiled at every stage, है ना. हम लोगों ने बोला ना कि इन्फेंसी से, जब इन्फेंट होता है तब से थॉट प्रोसेस शुरू हो जाते हैं. अगर एक बार ऐसा लगता है एक इन्फेंट को कि अच्छा मेरे को तो मेरी मम्मा ने रोते हुए नहीं उठाया, तो उसका जो थॉट प्रोसेस है ना, ऐसा आना शुरू हो जाता है कि पापा ज्यादा मेरा ध्यान रखते हैं, है ना. तो अब मम्मा को कैसे इंप्रूव करना है? मम्मा को अपना किचन का काम छोड़ के उसको उठाना है उस टाइम पे, उस बच्चे को, बिकॉज उसने क्या थॉट प्रोसेस बना लिया कि माय मॉम इज नॉट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ मी. वो छोटा सा बच्चा भी इतना सोच सकता है. ठीक है. ऑन द अदर हैंड, वो मतलब थिंक अबाउट दैट वे. आप अपना रिलेशन किसी से ठीक करना चाहते हो तो स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट डे व्हेन द रिलेशन वाज स्पॉइल्ड. क्या थॉट आए थे, है ना. सो दैट वे यू कैन मॉडिफाई और यू कैन मॉड्यूलेट योरसेल्फ.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such a wonderful and insightful information, ma'am.
Any more? I think Akhil sir is saying something. Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm saying thank you very much, ma'am. I'm audible, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such a insightful information.
Yes, sir. I hope behavioral skills I have taught in a proper manner, because we were more focused on entrepreneur behavior skills and
Yeah,
innovator
exactly.
behavior skills.
Ji, ma'am. Kansha, go ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your knowledgeable session. Your enlightenment presentation on behavioral psychology and mental health in healthcare education has highlighted the importance of psychology, well-being, emotional intelligence, and compensate care in developing competent healthcare professionals. Your invaluable insights have inspired all of us to appreciate the vital role of mental health in education and professional practice. We sincerely appreciate you for accepting our invitation and taking the time to join us today. Thank you so much, ma'am. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, we are pleased to present your certificate of appreciation and a virtual memento. This is the certificate, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And this one is the memento. The soft copies of these tokens of appreciation will be shared with you shortly on your email. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can I
Uh,
leave?
Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
ma'am. We have a question from our participant.
Yes, yes, please.
I'm sorry, like I'm asking it after, like I should have asked it earlier,
No,
but
no, that's okay. That's okay. Ashwini, hope, है ना? Yeah,
yes,
please.
yes, ma'am. But since we are from same fraternity, I have a question that I've seen like there is a magnanimous variation into the behavior aspect of Gen Z specifically. When we talk about their sincerity, taking something, or probably the kind of tolerance they are having with they become totally intolerant for many things. So the zero tolerance policy they are adopting for many other things. Have you observed like any such thing like during their while taking the classes or dealing with these kind of people, how to cope up this thing and how to take them the way we have earlier taking the student to take them to their goal?
Yes. So I think as a pharmacy professional, we should also sometimes do such type of questionnaires in between, है ना? Maybe as a part of behavioral skills, because there are behavioral classes also in our organization. So we have a behavioral classes as well. So if you think that you can give some questionnaires to them, so that they start at least thinking about it, कि why I am getting aggressive on so and so issue, है ना? So make some kind of questionnaire for, as I have given one worksheet for CBT,
Yes,
है ना?
yes, yes.
Start focusing if someday they are not behaving well, they are planning to bunk, or they are some of the child is getting aggressive in the class. If you have asked question and he is not replying right, and आपने उसको बोला कि तुम्हारा आंसर ठीक नहीं, सर ठीक ही तो बोला है आजकल. The students have this kind of attitude as well.
Exactly,
ठीक ही तो
yes.
बोला है, तो दे आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग. तो आपको लगा एक आध बार कभी ऐसा है, तो बीच में आप लोग ऐसे वाले क्वेश्चनर्स बना के क्लास में, लेट अस डू बिफोर द क्लास, लेट अस डू सम बिहेवियरल साइंस एक्सरसाइज, है ना? जस्ट टू हैव मोर फोकस ऑन द सब्जेक्ट. Don't say that we are focused on the psychoanalysis of them. Rather, let us focus on saying that we are playing the game, so that we have more emotional connect with each other. ठीक है? तब आप उनसे वो करो कि आप कभी उस क्वेश्चन में वी कैन राइट दैट एज वेल, कि कभी आप एग्रेसिव हुए हो विद योर पियर्स, विद योर पेरेंट्स, विद योर टीचर्स, है ना? उस इंस्टेंस को राइट करो, है ना? एंड अगर आपने ऐसा नहीं किया होता, व्हाट कुड हैव बीन बेटर, है ना? व्हाट वाज द रैशनल बिहेवियर यू हैव डन, व्हाट कुड बी रैशनल बिहेवियर. हो सकता है वो टीचर के साथ नहीं लिखे, बिकॉज मे बी आपके साथ ही हुआ हो, वो अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ लिखे या अपने ब्रदर सिस्टर के साथ लिखे, बट एटलीस्ट दे विल बी हैविंग अ थॉट प्रोसेस. देन यू, आफ्टर हैविंग देयर थॉट प्रोसेस, देन यू कैन गाइड देम कि आपने बेटा उस दिन अगर अपने पेरेंट के साथ ऐसे बात करी, अगर आप उसकी जगह ऐसे बात करते तो आपका कनेक्ट ज्यादा अच्छे से आपके पेरेंट के साथ हो सकता, है ना? सो बट डोंट बी, क्योंकि आजकल क्या है, बच्चों की थॉट प्रोसेस, अश्विनी जी, एक और भी है, दे स्टार्ट थिंकिंग anyone who is guiding them as their demon or a monster कि नहीं ये तो इनको तो काम ही है बोलना, है ना. सो अगर आपको कभी भी ऐसा लगता है तो आप अपने साथ वाली बात को ना कह के उस एग्जाम्पल को उठाओ जो उनका उनके सिबलिंग के साथ, उनके फ्रेंड के साथ या उनके पेरेंट के साथ कुछ हुआ हो जिसमें आप उनको गाइड कर सको. सो दैट विल ऑल्सो हेल्प टू इम्प्रूव देयर बिहेवियर इन अ लॉन्ग रन.
And one last thing, as a teacher, I have to ask that I've seen like nowadays even the parents they're becoming so ignorant. Like
True.
they nurture their child like there is an installment kind of training or even parenting I'm observing that they since the hunger of money taking them up to that height where they send their children to the universities and they are thinking that see, now only in the last year I will come, or probably you will come after completing a degree at the home, and that's how thing will work. These kind of children, they do not even understand the common sense and even how to talk with the teacher, how to talk with their peers and other thing, ma'am. In this particular thing, whenever we are getting this student into the class and being a teacher who have been teaching for like last 20-25 years, I sometimes feel that it's better not to say anything come out of the class because if whatever you say, they will make fun of it. Either they will note their neck like they are ignoring, and then they will show their back, and that's how things are working. So my question is, ma'am, should I started ignoring the misbehavior which is actually happening due to not their because they do not understand what is the difference between misbehavior and good behavior because they are really innocent in this case because no one have ever taught in their life what to do what not to do, or should I say something to them in order to make them in a proper track?
There are two ways of tackling this problem. Definitely never ignore because as a parent उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं lacuna छोड़ा. As a teacher also now you are also doing the same thing. Later on they will be having whatever what is the outcome. Later on they are having the relationship issues, है ना. बाद में उनके साथ यही आना शुरू हो जाता है because they are not able to live together with anyone. Maybe that is your parent, maybe that is your brother sister or maybe anyone else. How to handle is one is देखो ऐसे वाले जो स्टूडेंट होंगे कुछ होंगे, है ना. तो एक तो ये है कि कभी ना कभी once in a while if you think comfortable please communicate with their parents as well, है ना. कि सर इस मतलब उनकी अगर मदर सॉफ्ट वो है तो आप उनसे बात कीजिए कि थोड़ा सा मैम प्लीज इसको काउंसिल करें. एक दो बार आप बात करेंगे तो थोड़ा ध्यान देना शुरू करेंगे और इट्स गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट. सेकेंडली अगर आप पब्लिकली उनको बोलेंगे ना कि आप ऐसा करते हो, है ना, आप ऐसा करते हो, डोंट डू इट. आप उस टाइम के लिए इग्नोर कर दीजिए क्लास में, बट आप उनको बाद में बुलाइए. ठीक है, बाद में बुलाइए कि बेटा देखो आप ऐसा बोल रहे हो, है ना, इज इट रियली गुड. आप इसकी जगह अगर आप एक बार थोड़ा सा सोच के देखो कि अगर हम इसको इस वे से बेटर ढंग से करते तो ज्यादा बेटर नहीं होता. आपके उसके लिए मैं बेनिफिट के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, आपके लर्निंग के लिए बेटर बोल रहा हूँ. यू विल गेट गुड मार्क्स, यू आर गोइंग टू डू वंडर्स एंड लेटर ऑन इन लाइफ यू ऑल्सो यू विल बी अ बेटर पर्सन. ठीक है, तो उस स्टेज पे आपको हटना है बट लेटर ऑन आपको इंटरवीन करना है. अदरवाइज द पेरेंट्स इज नेग्लेक्टिंग दैट चाइल्ड एंड यू आर ऑल्सो डूइंग द सेम थिंग एंड इट इज गोइंग टू फर्दर इम्पैक्ट अ लॉट. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा जब हम कहेंगे ना कि जब देखो ऑलरेडी अ चाइल्ड इज एग्रेसिव, हिज नेचर इज ऑलरेडी इनटू दैट मोड कि ठीक है आई एम नॉट बॉदर्ड, है ना. तो आपने इकट्ठा एकदम से तो नहीं कर पाओगे. अगर आप एकदम से करोगे तो ही विल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग यस यू आर अ डेमन और कुछ भी आप बोल रहे हो उसको ही विल हैव क्लोज माइंड. बट अगर आप थोड़ा सा इम्पैक्ट उनके पेरेंट्स से डलवाएंगे, थोड़ा सा इम्पैक्ट आप करेंगे तो विद अ रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस 2 या 3 बार के बाद आप देखोगे उसके बिहेवियर में चेंज आ जाएगा. वन सच एग्जाम्पल इज मैं आई समटाइम्स कोट मेरी क्लास में बहुत पहले मतलब लॉन्ग बैक व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर, तो मतलब हम लोग भी जब मास्टर्स करके निकलते हैं तो हम भी थोड़े से एग्रेसिव होते हैं ना बिकॉज स्टूडेंट थॉट प्रोसेस होता है. मेरे को ऐसा लगता था कि स्टूडेंट बहुत ज्यादा बिल्कुल ही ये पढ़ना ही नहीं चाहते हैं. तो आई मेरे मुंह से एक दो बार क्लास में ऐसे निकल गया, क्या तुम गधे हो, क्या तुम पढ़ना नहीं चाहते हो, तुम ऐसे ही रहना चाहते हो. ठीक है, उस टाइम तो ऐसा हुआ कि द क्लास वाज लिटिल है ना, हैविंग थॉट प्रोसेस। मेरी एक आध बार कंप्लेंट भी करी कि मैम ने ऐसे बोल दिया। यू वॉन्ट इमेजिन, मैंने उसके बाद उनको समझाया कि मैं, इट्स अबाउट योर बेनिफिट, इट्स अबाउट योर ये, है ना। दे शोड स्टार्टेड शोइंग इम्प्रूवमेंट, उन्होंने पढ़ना शुरू करा मेरे रेगुलर बोलने के बाद। अब कुछ उनमें से स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो मेरे साथ आज भी, इट्स अबाउट, अगर मैं ये बात बताऊं तो इट्स अबाउट 2008-9 की बात बता रही हूँ, 2008-9 की बात है, जिसमें आज भी वो बच्चे मेरे से कनेक्टेड हैं। और वो ये बच्चे बोलते हैं कि मैम अगर आपने उस टाइम डांटा नहीं होता ना, तो आज हम ये नहीं बनते जो हैं। सो मतलब उस टाइम क्या हुआ था, उस टाइम एग्रेसिव उसमें उन्होंने जाके उनको भी बोला, एचओआई को बोला, मैम तो ऐसे बोल देती है, ये कोई बात होती है, हमारी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट है, हमारी डिग्निटी है, ठीक है। बट लेटर ऑन एक्चुअली दैट हेल्प्ड। तो मतलब ये है कि आपको ऐसा नहीं करना है कि आपको हट जाना है वहां से। आप उनको ट्राई करो कि विद सॉफ्ट कॉर्नर, विद अ लिटिल मॉड्यूलेटेड वे आप उनको समझाइए, एंड सम काउंसलिंग फ्रॉम देयर पेरेंट्स एज वेल, definitely it's going to affect.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for such an important point, and I will definitely empirically apply it.
Right, sir, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the questions very well. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your gracious presence, your valuable time, and your great session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Should I leave?
Yes, ma'am. If you want, you can leave.
Yeah, right, see.
As we come to the conclusion of this enriching 5-day faculty development program, it is time to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone whose support, dedication, and enthusiastic participation made this program a grand success. It is now my privilege to invite Ms. Sunita, scientific writer from P.R.S. Educational Trust, Greater Noida, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ms. Sunita is a dedicated pharmaceutical professional and scientific writer with over 4 years of experience in biomedical research, clinical pharmacy, and academic publishing. She has made significant contribution to academic literature, authoring more than 60 book chapters, 2 research articles, and over 10 review papers in the field of pharmaceutical sciences, healthcare technology, and data driven medicine. She has expertise in research methodology, scientific communication, nanotechnology based drug delivery system, artificial intelligence in healthcare, and blockchain application in medical data management. She is also a co inventor of multiple Indian design patents, reflecting her commitment to innovation and academic excellence. May I now request Ms. Sunita ma'am to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am honored to present the vote of thanks for 5-day faculty development program. First of all, I extend my sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. M. Shehryar, Chairperson, for this guidance and vision in shaping this program. To our esteemed patron, Professor Dr. Uma Bhandari, for her constant support, and to our co-patron, Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumar and Professor Dr. Vibhu Sahani, for his constant support, whose encouragement made this collaboration between the School of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Jamia Hamdard, Department of Pharmacy, LLRM College, Meerut, and P.R.S. Educational Trust truly meaningful. Over these 5 days, we experienced a well planned series of sessions, with each session building on the previous one. Together, they help prepare pharmacy educators and researchers for a future where data, technology, and patient centered care play an increasingly important role. We begin on day one with Dr. Richa Gupta's session, Foundations of Machine Learning for Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Applications, which provided every participant, regardless of prior technical background, with a common vocabulary and a strong conceptual foundation. This was followed by her session on machine learning, IoT, and big data in public health and food systems. On day three, which highlighted how these technologies work together at a system level. The foundation was further strengthened by Dr. Naveed Alam's session on Python for healthcare data analysis and visualization, ensuring that theoretical concepts were complemented with practical, hands on programming skills on day one. On day two, he expanded these Python applications in bioinformatics and multi-omic data analysis, an area that is becoming increasingly important in modern pharmaceutical research. On day three, his session on statistical inference and hypothesis testing using Python equipped participants with the rigorous analytical framework needed to support evidence based research. Day 2 further strengthened this foundation. Professor Dr. Shweta Sharma demonstrate how machine learning models in precision medicine and drug development effectively connect theoretical concept with real-world translational research. Day 4 shifted the focus to clinical and industrial applications. Professor Dr. Zinat Iqbal delivered an insightful session on AI in personalized medicine and clinical decision support, while Dr. Arvind Pai's session on AI in pharmacy automation and public health analytical showed the operational and societal impact of artificial intelligence across healthcare systems. Day 5 brought the program to a meaningful conclusion. Dr. Shushma Telgaonkar's session on AI in drug discovery and pharmaceutical research illustrated how AI is accelerating innovation at the laboratory bench, completing the journey from patient centered clinical decision making to pharmaceutical research and development. And finally, Dr. Raman Preet Walia's concluding session on behavioral psychology and mental health in healthcare education reminded us that despite the remarkable advance in artificial intelligence and automation, the human psychology dimensions on healthcare and education remain indispensable. It was a thoughtful and fitting way to conclude a program that successfully balanced technological innovation with human centered care. I thank each of our esteemed speakers for so generously sharing their time, expertise, and insight with us. My thanks also go to the technical and administrative team who ensured the smooth conduct of every session on the Zoom platform, and most importantly, to all the participants whose actively engagement and curiosity made this program the success that it was. On behalf of our organizing committee, I once again thank everyone associated with this faculty development program. We hope the knowledge and skill gained here will translate into innovative teaching and research practice in pharmacy education. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for delivering the vote of thanks. Now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Vibhu Sahani, sir, from Department of Pharmacy, LLRM Medical College, to conclude the faculty development program. Sir,
You are
please.
sure? Your voice is not audible. Voice is very low. Kindly increase the volume.
Sir, is it okay?
No. Even before you also, the voice was coming very less.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my voice is audible to you? Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my voice is audible to you? Hello.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Dr. Akhil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now your voice is coming. Actually, there is some issue with my appliance.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, sorry for the inconvenience.
No issue, sir. So please continue our FDP program, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Shahryar is there. Dr. Shahryar is
Sir,
there.
your voice is not audible, sir.
Okay. Now it is audible.
Sir.
Now it is audible.
Yes, sir. Now your voice is audible, sir.
Okay, I'm. Uh, okay, nice. Anyway, thank you very much to all, and particularly Dr. Shahryar, Dr. Uma Bhandari, Dr. Akhil Sharma, Dr. Sweta Sharma, and our Dr. S.K. Paliwal ji, Professor Pradeep Kumar ji, and all the our respected speakers, Dr. Naved Alam ji, Sweta Sharma ji, Richa Gupta ji, Jeenat Iqbal ji, Sushma Telangokar ji, Dr. Arvind Pai ji, Dr. Rampreet Walia ji. I am very thankful, and really I have attended your first 3 day session. Today, because of some important finance meeting, I have to be rush in different places. So I should say the session was so interesting. I got lot of appreciation from the other participants, and particularly the hand-on training which are given by the our speakers. So I should request to Dr. Akhil and Dr. Shahryar that please continue such kind of activity in the future also, because it's very helpful for the development of skill in the faculties, and for the upliftment of our profession. Thank you very much for all the participants. Those are given their time and for this upgradation. Thank you very much all. Jai Hind, Jai
Thank you very
Bharat.
much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for the concluding remark. And on the behalf of P.R.S. Educational Trust, I would like to thank you for a gracious presence and your valuable time to join us. Thank you so much, sir.
It's my
I
pleasure.
have an announcement to the participants that on your email ID and on the WhatsApp group, we are sharing the feedback form. And after filling the feedback form, you will get your certificate. So kindly fill the feedback form positively. Further, I am concluding this FDP. We have with this we have reached the conclusion of our 5 days FDP. Over the past 5 days, we have shared an enriching journey of learning, innovation, and collaboration, exploring Python, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, the Internet of Things, and behavioral psychology in pharmacy, education, healthcare, and research. We hope this session have inspired you to embrace innovation in your teaching and research. On behalf of SPR, Jamia Hamdard, P.R.S. Educational Trust, and the Department of Pharmacy, LLRM Medical College, we sincerely thank all the participants for their involvement, active participation, and commitment to continuous learning, which made this program a great success. Although this FDP concludes today, we hope the connection built, the ideas exchanged, and the knowledge gained will continue to inspire lifelong learning, collaborative research, and academic excellence. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this wonderful journey. Stay connected, keep learning, keep innovating, and continue striving for excellence. Once again, I want to share that feedback form will be shared with you shortly on your email ID and our WhatsApp group. Please fill the form to get your certificate of FDP. We wish you all very good health, great success, and a bright future in all your academic and professional endeavors. Thank you very much.
Hello.
So, Dr. Akhil, should I leave now? Dr. Akhil, should I leave?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, wish you all the very best for the wonderful conclusion. And really, it's I should appreciate that you have called for the feedback form also, so you will improve the further FDP in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, great. Convey my regards to Dr. Shahriyar and Dr. Uma Bhandari also. Thank you.
Ji, sir. Thank you very much, sir.